WWE Superstar Roman Reigns, the WWE Superstar of the Year.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And we'll welcome you to episode 259 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're also on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
You can follow the podcast on Twitter at WNS Podcast. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel. Tyler's at Tyler_Abe.
That's right.
When it comes to Twitter, something weird happens. Okay, so I deleted the app.
Why?
I can get on through the regular browser. And plus, my memory's running out on my phone, so I'm deleting certain apps. And what's weird is, after I deleted it, I still get things that pop up, like, on my bar. I don't know if that's
from the browser.
I thought the app only apps do that.
I don't know. I go through the app.
Unless I still have part of the app, like, you know, you may delete this, but you still got this of the app. You have to delete different.
You only
parts.
thought you got rid of it. It's coming back. Coming back with a vengeance.
I don't necessarily like that I get certain updates of people I'm not following, or I guess people like certain things of other people, and I see.
You can turn that function off.
When you download an app, then it says, we really want to send you push notifications. You say no. Fuck off.
Yeah. I never saw that. I don't know. Maybe I just ignored it. If they
go
did.
to your settings.
You can't download an app without them asking you for notifications.
I just probably just did not pay attention.
Or maybe there's like because we use iPhone, he uses Android.
Maybe so. Maybe
I don't know. There's
look into your settings.
Yeah, I need to. There's certain people like, there's certain wrestling stuff that pops up automatically. But there's some like
such and such.
Has nothing to do with wrestling. It has nothing to do with this. I don't even care. Why is this popping up in my top part of my phone?
Yeah, you can turn that off.
Oh, I need to.
Yeah, you do. You do. So welcome to the show this week. A little later than normal, but better late than never. Got lots to talk about this week. We got Raw to cover, Royal Rumble, Total Divas, Hot Topics, Q&A, feedback, all that good stuff. But first, how you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Yeah?
Doing all right.
Hanging in there?
Hanging in there.
Got your push-up machine going?
I spent the gift card that Doug gave me. I spent on two things. So,
wait, what did you get?
Well, I saw one thing. What was the other thing?
It's like it's like heavy-duty plastic, little, I don't know what you call it.
Push-up device.
Well, it's not a device, but it's like a little, I don't know what you call it, but
board?
You know how a board, and it has different holes in there, on there. Like, you have these handles. You know how people do push-ups? They have those handles they put on the ground, do push-ups, but these have slots and like different positions you can do to work out different. Like, you could be chest, back, tricep, and it's in different positions, and it's color coded so you know which one's what. And
sounds real dumb. Go ahead.
Yeah, and also I got another machine.
Exercises for losers.
Exercises for losers.
That's why my back is out.
And also, I don't know what this is. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a bar, and it has like some sort of nylon rope or something that's hanging off it. And I don't know how long it is, but you're supposed to put a weight on there, and you twist the bar, and like. Not like that. You don't go up and down, but you're supposed to keep your arms like right there and twist it. It's supposed to work your forearms, so
jerk off.
Yeah. It only works one arm.
Switch hands.
Well, dude, I'm not good at that. Does anyone like? I don't know. I don't think I could do it with both.
We're way too early in the show for you to be putting questions out like that, because I know where you were going.
I'm right hand. Left hand's like a clumsy stranger.
Yeah, I can't do the other hand either.
What you do is you sit on your hand until it falls asleep. And it's called the stranger. So anyways, welcome to Doug, how are you?
I'm all right. What's up? I'm never getting Tyler a gift card again. He has shit taste.
Well, no, I was actually going to get some other stuff. There was I was gonna get like a Marvel statue, and then I was like, I don't know. I was going back and forth with like, there's tons of shit I wanted to get. I was like, oh no, and I finally decided on that.
Now you're just gonna be stuck with whatever fucking shit I'm gonna pick up for you. You know?
I'm still going back and forth on a few things. There's a couple things that I would like to get, and I just haven't made up my mind yet. It's one of those, I want it, but do I really need it kind of thing.
That's what I did. That's what I did at first.
Workout equipment.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy workout equipment. Screw that. I was thinking about maybe like putting it towards like some studio equipment, or do I want some novelty gift? Or do I want something music related or movie related or video game related?
Get the Black Star Dragon Balls.
I don't think those even exist. Like one of the things that I saw that's actually really cool. Like, are you a fan of Kill Bill?
Yeah.
They had the Bride and Bill's sword replica with a stand.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. And
You're a sword guy. You used to have swords at the old crib.
I used to, yeah. And,
what happened? What did you do with all your swords?
I sold a bunch of them, and you know.
Was Kelsey like, you can't bring these fucking swords in my
No,
house?
not at all.
Okay.
It was more of the, oh, you're getting rid of those? So, yeah. They might still be in storage somewhere. I'm not sure. There were a couple that I left behind whenever I moved out of the house on the canal.
You had cool ones.
I used to have like a giant axe. I don't know if you remember that one.
I don't know if I recall an axe.
I remember swords, not an axe.
Well, it was a double-handled, but like instead of a solid head, I guess, it split into two. It was pretty cool.
If you were going to get rid of all those fucking things, why didn't we just like step brothers out and cut a bunch of fucking watermelons with those hoes or what?
That'd be awesome.
I gotta see if they are indeed in storage or not, because I'm not sure where those.
I'll buy
some
the
of them went.
watermelons.
That would be fun.
Just want to like toss them up and.
Can we play the music along with it?
And we'll actually, if we cut up a bunch of watermelons with swords, we'll put it on YouTube.
What was it?
Right.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
No, that was not it.
I know that wasn't it, but you can add.
Well, I want you, baby.
I'm just kidding, Tyler. Like, you can buy. I mean, that's an awful thing to buy, but you're free to buy whatever you want.
But yeah, one of the things I was thinking about buying was some studio equipment in case we wanted to take the podcast on the road one day and record from wherever.
Cool.
See, we do like lo-fi, like 8-track.
Yeah.
Like we're recording our demo somewhere.
Make it sound like it's running on vinyl or something, or the little skips every once in a while.
There was, after I bought that weight equipment, I actually thought of something else. Like, the guy's like, damn it. But I was actually looking at some trades, some comic trades and stuff like that. But
But he went with the workout equipment. He went for health over personal enjoyment.
ah, damn it, I'm so wrong.
See, I was gonna buy. Speaking of like audio equipment, I was looking at like programs the other day because I was thinking about maybe trying to get like a software like recording for my laptop. Then I was like, oh, I went into. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get Photoshop instead because I've never had it, and I went to go look at Photoshop. You know how fucking expensive Photoshop is?
I do.
Super expensive.
It's you license it. You don't fucking like buy the software or whatever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that it's like $30 a month or something.
Oh, it's a month. I didn't know it was a month. I
Yeah,
thought it's
you
like,
license it. You don't buy the fucking software.
Was that always been like that? Because I
No.
know it was like, I
don't think
remember like it was like 100 and something to get it.
Well, that I would be like, okay, I get it. Like,
It's licensed.
but
But
it's
you
like
can do some cool shit with that.
yeah.
Like, you know that like the stupid stuff I make with Noah, that wouldn't compare. Like, I could do like legit shit with it. Like, he's there with like whoever. There's like 3 Noahs, and that's real.
Yeah, Photoshop just goes and gets 3 newest.
You could make a tunnel vision, but it's only Noah's heads around.
Noah
the side.
is actually holding his head in his hand.
Yes, exactly. And instead of the Green Lantern ring, it's his head
On a ring.
on a ring. But yeah, that was something that crossed my mind. But I still have mine, so I'm still picking things that I'd like. So, but yeah. Other than that, doing good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Cool. So,
You want to tell everyone about your...
nope. So
Okay.
moving on into feedback that we got. First bit of feedback
Just
we
message
have is from Sunny saying Solo Monsters should collaborate with you guys. Not sure who Solo Monster is.
I Googled it.
Solo Monster?
I Googled him because I didn't know either. And apparently he writes and also has his own podcast, wrestling stuff. I don't know his work, but apparently
Neat.
he's another guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
tell him to hop a plane on down here to Beaumont, and we'll collaborate all night.
All night.
All night long.
I think his reach is a little bigger than ours.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I see. But I'm a guy who listens to a lot of fucking podcasts, and I never heard of them. And I'm a guy who listens to a lot of like wrestling podcasts, and I never heard of them. So.
Maybe he needs our audience.
Nah, I mean, like I said, I've looked at his shit, and I mean, from what I can tell, he's got, a longer reach than we do. So.
Oh. Oh, well.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Sure, I'm sure
he's a one-man
okay.
podcast.
No idea. I literally Googled Solid Monster, and I was like, and then it went to like his Twitter, and I was like, oh, he's got a lot of followers, and it says he's a writer and a podcast.
Oh, well, there you go. Sonny also says the last time Brock Lesnar was in the Royal Rumble, he won it. So something to keep in mind for our Royal Rumble predictions a little bit later on the show. Next bit of feedback we have is from Czar saying, "Oh wow, I made the podcast. Thanks, guys. No problem. We try and cover as much feedback as we get, but if it starts getting like 35 comments deep or something like that,
we'll make our own show for comments.
Yes, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll just sit there and say, hey, thanks for half an hour or whatever.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So, all right. So next bit of feedback we have is from Jonathan Red Robin saying, fuck yeah, Taylor Swift. Very happy that Taylor Swift is our new Elimination Chamber champion.
You can thank Doug for that. Throwing that in there. So
Indeed.
It worked out.
The wild card.
Wild card, bitches.
Next bit of feedback we have is from Eric saying, Wrestling Fans, the podcast. And this is our buddy Eric Kanishny. Eric. Yeah, my bad. It's been a while. Kanishny. Yeah. That's what it is.
You want
And his finishing move, the Kanishny. Whatever. Anyways, he says, Wrestling Fans, the podcast king of trios are none other than the boys at WNS Podcast. Like them and get in on all the greatness.
All right.
So
thank you, Eric.
Yeah, appreciate it.
What's up, man?
Such kind words. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah.
So,
hey, speaking of him, I was cleaning out my room or whatever, and I have my belt on a shelf, and I picked it up and acted like that was a champ for a while, so I still have my podcast belt. And,
I keep mine in my office at work because
I have it on a shelf, displayed, but, I just carried on. Like, I just did other stuff in the house, just have it on my shoulder.
Nice.
Champ does regular stuff with the belt.
Podcast champ. Good stuff. So thanks, Eric. We appreciate the kind words. Last bit of feedback we have is from Brian saying, hey, crew, just wanted to chime in on your NXT WWE swap out talk. I would send Los Matadores back down to NXT. Maybe they would get repackaged, but also develop some sort of momentum. They're excellent performers, but their stock as far as popularity and interest is all but gone. Epico and Primo were on top of things when they were with Rosa. I would also send Heath Slater down. He has a following, and I think NXT would really help shape him overall. I want to love the guy, and I really hope he's given a shot with what he's given now. Finally, I would also send down Jack Swagger. He seems like he could be something great. Again, maybe also... maybe. Also, is WWE dropping yet another angle? I recall Y2J shoulder bumping Ambrose or Reigns at the end of Night of Champions. Now he's trying to get the crowd to turn on New Day. Booty. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, you never know what WWE's doing.
I guess the first thing, Los Matadores, they've been out because they're being repackaged, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
As we speak.
What was the second?
Heath Slater and Jack Swagger.
Oh, Heath Slater, hopefully, I still have my doubts for Social Outcast, but hopefully...
The lovable losers.
Hopefully that will help them. I don't know.
Yeah. And then Jack Swagger. Nah. He still has the We the People thing going, but...
It's like he's holding on to that, like,
that's his
loosely. It's his last
breath.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I said, the Y2J shoulder bumping. There was no real explanation given, and
there was no explanation in the other day. whenever Jericho was talking to, I know we'll get to just this little tidbit for Raw, when Jericho was talking to Roman or whatever, there was nothing, like Roman was like, hey, I shouldn't be talking. You snubbed me back there. But
I remember what you did in
they like to drop things and not mention it. So
Move on. That's all they did. So we'll kind of zip through Raw since it was several days ago. It's now, today's Thursday?
Yep.
Thursday. We normally record the show on Tuesday, so I doubt our memory is going to be very great. Unless there's anything really in-depth you guys want to talk about on Raw.
Things will come back to me once we get on the subject.
Yeah, as you bring stuff up, I'll throw in whatever I have to say about it.
Well, we kick things off with Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho cutting a promo, and the League of Nations cutting a promo on them
That's
as
what
well.
we're just talking about. Yeah, there was no mention of,
Jericho didn't have his flashy jacket.
No.
He came out with a suit but no shirt, which is odd.
This was embarrassing. There wasn't. Well, I'll take that back. Not everyone. Almost everybody but one person came off looking like a huge dork in this.
Rusev?
Yeah, I thought Rusev was the only guy who didn't look like a dork.
I was going to say Wade Barrett at first because
he didn't talk there.
Exactly.
But Sheamus looked like a dork. Even Del Rio kind of looked like a dork. Jericho is insufferable as a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
He is so annoying that if this is the character he's running with, he has to be a heel. He's too annoying. He's not an endearing babyface.
Well, let me ask you a question. And I know my tastes have changed. Was Jericho like this a long time ago when I liked him?
Yeah, I think so. I think he walked the line. I think he got popular as a heel doing the annoying heel thing, and he got popular doing that, and so he just sort of didn't change his character to sort of stick with some core of what he was. But he's at the point in his career where that doesn't work anymore.
Right.
He's just annoying as fuck.
He's the 40-year-old who's
Cool
still trying to act like he's 20.
Right. Like HBK saying HB Shizzle,
It's reached that point.
Rudy, tooty, booty.
Yeah. It's real bad.
Yeah. It's annoying, and I don't want it to become hate towards him. Like, I don't like you on TV. Get off my TV. And it kind of has become like that. I don't want it to, because I still have love for Jericho, but that's how I'm starting to become that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole thing was just embarrassing, save for Rusev. I thought Rusev cut whatever few lines.
I used to rumble for meat.
Yeah, he
I
said
saw that. I was like, what?
No, when he said in Bulgaria every day is a rumble. He said I used to throw kids off the school bus to go to school, and then he said that they would throw a steak in the middle of however many people, and they'd have to fight for it.
That was funny because I've never heard Rusev say something like that.
Rusev's he's doing that in communist Russia, Russia.
Is it me,
blah,
or is
blah,
he dropping his accent a little bit?
I think the guy is so underrated. I just think he's been slotted in. He didn't get over the way he should. I mean, he got over the way he should have, but they didn't put him over the way they should have to take him to the next level. So I don't know. I think he's a big missed opportunity.
Yep.
He's so entertaining. Just with what he's given, he gets everything he can get out of it.
But that ends up leading into Roman Reigns saying, well, I'm looking for a fight. Why don't we fight right now? I'm tired of talking. So
but way more lame and way more annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much more. And so that prompts Chris Jericho to say, okay, well, you two fight, you and Roman Reigns and Rusev, and I'll be the special guest referee. And so we go to commercial.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to go back.
Go back
to the promo, because
back
they
to
were
the
talking
promo.
about how in the highlight reel they were going to have Brock Lesnar later on, and then add Roman in there, and that's going to be the biggest highlight reel ever. Bloody, bloody, blah.
There is a way that he can do the greatest hits, with the Ever and the Monday Night Jericho, without going full on annoying. He can still he can work those things in without being so off-putting.
For starters, he doesn't have to do every single catchphrase every single time.
Sure.
Space it out.
Sure.
A little bit.
Also, keep on repeating, I'm the savior of the WWE kind of annoys me.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he said this like one time. The savior of the WWE.
He's just not. He's just too. Babyfaces shouldn't be that annoying.
Yeah. But
Yeah, when you first did that first time, and you came back, and like it was crazy.
and it's also in part that times have changed, you know, so people's attitudes have changed a little bit. So like when The Rock comes out and does his spiel, it's strictly for nostalgia.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, so that leads into a matchup, Roman Reigns versus Rusev, Jericho's special guest referee. And what cracks me up is that after the match, Stephanie went up to Jericho and was like, you can't do that, you don't have the authority. But they went to commercial, came back, started the match, had the entire match, and there was no problems with it. Stephanie didn't come out and interrupt. Hey, no, we're not doing this.
Well, I think in the backstage segment, she sort of like relented that he
Did a good job.
and she was just pissed that he thought he had the authority to do it or whatever.
She was like, she thought he did a good job of saying, okay, well, I'm going to put you in the highlight reel.
Oh, you might be right.
A little bit later on.
Sure.
Not,
Oh, yeah.
oh, you didn't, you didn't have the authority to not only make a match, be the referee in that match, and put Roman Reigns in the highlight reel with Brock Lesnar, but I do like the idea of you putting, Roman Reigns in there with Brock. Unfortunately, now I have to go talk to Paul and Brock and settle this out and give them more money.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So,
I mean, we're not going to glance over them cartwheels, though, are we?
Oh my God.
Most embarrassing excuses for cartwheels I've ever seen.
Yeah, I could do that. What he did, I could do that.
Well, I can.
Hello there, fellow young children, young kids.
I can cartwheel better than that.
Yeah. Can you do that now?
Yeah.
Can you give us a cartwell?
I mean, I don't know.
Not in here.
Space.
It's just like
I mean, I don't give those little cramped wussy Jericho cartwheels. I get some extension.
All right.
Chris Jericho, if you listen, I fucking challenge you to a cartwheel off.
Card off. All right.
challenge has been issued.
Wheel. So Roman Reigns ends up defeating Rusev after Jericho kicked out the members of the League of Nations.
And why weren't they just like fuck you and jumped him? Like,
Yeah, they could have easily have done that, but
these guys are so like misused.
they're
Kind
just
of
thrown
fun.
together and okay, we're here now.
I kind of have a feeling they're not going to be there with each other for that long.
The
as a
sad
group.
thing is they're all like talented guys who should be used way better than they are. With the
Telling you
exception of
guys.
Barrett.
I was about to
Barrett.
say, I was like, Barrett?
I'm not big on Barrett, but I think Sheamus is good.
It's gonna be a turf war, I'm telling you.
I think Rusev is good, and I think Del Rio is good. And
We're
they
gonna
just
see-
get bad raps.
We're gonna see the League of Nations go up against the Social Outcasts, going up against the Wyatt family, going up against the New Day, and they'll add a fourth member, going up against the Bullet Club. And that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be an all-out turf war.
Nope.
Okay. So,
If you want turf war, then just go. If you want like stable feuds, just go watch Dragon Gate. They did better.
maybe that's what they're trying to do. But
Well,
let's see.
Gabe tried to do like stable wars in Ring of Honor after Dragon Gate, and that didn't work out so great for him either.
And then you bring up 4 people from NXT, and that'll be their stable. Yeah, I can see it all now. Failing miserably because the writers don't know how to book characters. Anyways,
Do
next
you
matchup-
remember when Ring of Honor tried to do their own stable wars? They had like Vulture Squad and Hangman's 3 and like Resilience and the Remorse Corps, and
I remember the Remorse Corps, but some of those other groups I don't
that was like
remember.
Sapolsky's attempt at doing like Dragon Gate and Ring of Honor,
Hmm.
and it didn't work out well for him either. So I doubt it was going to work out great for Vince.
and his lovely team of writers who can't even get one character right, that being Rusev, let alone an entire group.
Sure.
Yeah. So the next matchup we got to see, Brie Bella going up against a returning Natalya. Wow, we haven't seen Natalya in so long. Why has she been gone? Oh, that's right, Total Divas.
Yeah, they played up that. They like to do that on like each episode. Like, oh, they hate each other because of what happened on Total Divas, which was filmed like 2 months ago, a month ago.
And who's with Natalya? Paige. So she's face again. Yay. That was quick. And she's faced because her and Alicia Fox apparently don't like each other now. Which,
Well,
whatever.
There wasn't.
we haven't got there yet on Total
Yeah.
Divas.
Yeah, we haven't
so I
got
don't
there
know.
yet.
They like teased it or whatever. So I don't know.
On this season of Total
Whatever.
Divas.
I mean, I get it. I get why they're doing it, but could you have had Natalia in a couple other matches before this?
I think the whole purpose is just to plug Total Divas.
Yeah.
I mean, Nikki's out, so
Mm-hmm.
the new girl hasn't debuted on the show yet, so they can't use her. And Rose is pregnant, so a lot of they used pretty much who they had, like that are actually on the cast.
What the new girl? What is she? Is she in NXT?
She was on Tough Enough, I believe.
She was the chick from Tough Enough, but I assume she's training. She hasn't like debuted for NXT though.
She's gonna be
To
like,
my knowledge.
Oh, in the show, what I bet she's gonna be in trouble. Like, she's like the new the girls don't like her because she
Well,
has an attitude.
I mean, if you saw her on Tough Enough, I imagine that's the same person she'll be on Total Divas. Because
you know, it'd be hilarious if that other girl that was what's that other girl that was Ring Rat?
Sarah.
She doesn't
She
have a name. Her name is Ring Rat.
Ring Rat. She should be on the show. The page the whole time, like, yeah, she's a Ring Rat.
She's going to hook up with all the guys.
Yeah,
That'd be a more compelling story.
get her away from John Cena and
Who's
Daniel
she
Bryan.
hooking up with this week? No one will know. Dolph Ziggler, you wanting babies and a wife?
There you go.
I'll just give you babies. So Natalia going up against Brie Bella. Short matchup. Natalia gets the win via submission, I believe. I think so.
Yes.
So
Sharpshooter.
yeah. So anything to take away from the match?
No, it was so short that you really couldn't comment. It was basically
It was enough to talk about Total Divas.
it was a commercial for Total
I
Divas.
sneezed and it was done.
Yeah. So next up, we got to see the Wyatt family going up against the Dudley Boys and Ryback. They kept Braun Strowman on the outside of this one, but the Wyatts end up getting the victory.
I'm blanking on this match.
Yeah, I remember. I wasn't in the room whenever this match was taking place. So
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember, but I don't really have anything to say about it.
anyways, the Wyatts ended up getting the victory. What do you guys think about the Dudley Boys? You think it's been a bust for them?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think at first when they came in, they were trying to do so, like to help the tag team division. That's what I feel like the writers and everything were.
Yeah.
Their goal. Now they don't have nothing for.
They
them.
haven't, yeah.
They're under a contract, and now they have nothing because
Yeah.
I think when their contract's over, they're gonna skedaddle.
Oh yeah.
I don't blame them.
They'll go to, if they decide to keep wrestling, they're going to, do their own thing, go wherever they want. And
Heck, I don't know if they will, or I don't know if they have a bad taste in their mouth about TNA. But you know how Ray had a singles career there, and I like.
who knows? Maybe in the time left on their contract, maybe they will split them up and say, all right, Bully, or Bubba.
Devon is Reverend Devon.
Yeah, we'll do that. But maybe they'll say, okay, we know that you're capable of holding your own. Have at it. Let's see what you can do for the next year or two. Who knows? But yeah, it's just their mid-card area is so large with characters that are underdeveloped. It worries me in the WWE. They just
Name some.
Well, you've got Ryback. You've got plenty of others. I'm blanking at the moment, but there's so many people there, and they're not doing anything with them. They're like, okay, this week we're gonna have you two fight, and the next week we're gonna have you two fight. Then after that we're gonna have let's see, you two going up against you two, and then we're gonna do a run-in, so it's gonna make it a 3-on-3. Okay, go. And then for SmackDown, same thing.
I kind of feel like they've been having that problem for years.
Wait, did you say name some people that are mid-card that are underdeveloped?
They're not like being used or whatever.
Properly
used.
Everybody on the roster that's not Undertaker, Roman Reigns, John Cena, or Brock Lesnar, they're all in that one big fucking lump together.
Pretty much.
There are probably some people who would skew down more towards jobber and enhancement guys, but for the most part, that whole big fucking glob of dudes is the same person.
Yeah. It's like if you're not in the main event picture, you're just a toss away.
Well, I mean, it's not the best, but I do like what's going on with Kevin Owens and
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. It's not the best it could be, but at least it's not super flat. At least it's not flat.
Right. They're at least feuding.
I think they're kind of flat, guys. I think.
Do you?
Yeah, I think they're kind of flat.
Well, with the current product that they're giving us, that's one of the hotter things.
Yeah, but that's a low hurdle to clear.
Yeah. It's not looking good. You know, part of me is kind of glad that we're not going to WrestleMania this year. I mean,
I was really like, I can't believe I'm not going to do it this year. The closer we get, I was like, we might dodge a fucking expensive bullet because they can lay a big fucking egg for this Mania. This is supposedly like the biggest like arena they're ever going to be in.
No Cena.
Man, they could
no Cena, no Rollins, no Orton.
It's gonna be a real shit show.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to pull something out of their ass.
Strap the company to AJ's back.
Yeah. Quite possibly.
Imagine if we spell it fucking. I still kind of want to go, even if it would have been a disaster.
Oh, yeah,
but
to do all the other stuff,
Can you imagine how bummed we'd be if we spent a bunch of money? I would still want to go, even though knowing that I would be bummed out.
Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine how we would probably just be like complaining the whole time?
Well,
Like, God, this
we would
match
complain about against WWE, but if we went to other like independent shows,
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Especially with that NXT Evolve crossover, no telling what the fuck's gonna happen.
Ooh.
Because they've got those they've got those 3 Evolve shows over the weekend that are coming up. That American Alpha and Regal are supposed to be coming back, and it's a little coincidental that Evolve is doing a tag team tournament and they're sending American Alpha down there for autographs, and Regal is supposed to talk on the show. So I could see them doing some weird thing where it turns out where like future shows,
Regal, you're not welcome here.
American Alpha is going to wrestle some guys from Evolve. I can see that happening very easily. So that
would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, that could be really interesting to see what happens coming out of this show.
Still not used to the name. Just saying it.
I just watched NXT, so it's like, and they do the promo where they name them. So I like
American Alpha, dude. Yeah, I know that's stupid. No, I love it. Oh yeah, that's why I said it. Yeah, American Alpha. And then they had Blake and Murphy. Oh yeah, American Alpha. Whatever.
Yo, is Alexa Bliss dating
Jordan?
No, is it Murphy's the Australian guy?
I don't know.
I get Blake and Murphy confused.
All I know is that Carmella is dating Big Cass, and that blew my mind.
How'd that blow your mind?
Really?
Yeah, it did.
They're both tall. They're both sort of like in the same group, so it would seem like she would be with one of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
How'd that blow your mind though?
I don't know. Like it was just one of those things where it's like I look at him and I look at her and I'm just like, I mean maybe, but there's parts of me where I'm just like, I can't see them as a couple. I mean, you know, I'm not saying they shouldn't be a couple, but I mean, you love who you love, but I saw them and I'm like, I don't know.
You know, my best friend.
That makes a lot of. They actually make a lot of sense to me together. I totally buy it.
My best friend Enzo tells everyone how hot my girlfriend is.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why it's kind of weird.
You think she should be with Enzo?
I don't know. He's
I like. That would be cool because he's so short and she's so tall. And he's sort of like the little yappy loudmouth guy, you know?
Yeah, he's the Chihuahua standing in front of the pit bull when the pit bull's not saying anything, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, every week that I watch NXT and I see Gable and Jordan, I'm liking them more and more. Like, it's so... Oh, man, it's so organic how well they gel together and how they've evolved as a team. Like,
well, I don't remember.
I want them to succeed so much.
I think at the beginning, before they were trying to find tag teams, I think were they both singles?
They were both singles wanting to do the singles route.
Jordan was in another tag and he was sort of like, fuck this, I'm doing my own thing now. And Gable was like trying to convince him. And then he was sort of like, nah, man, I'm doing my own thing. And then they got thrown together some week and then they won. I think he was on like a losing streak and then they got thrown together and Gable and him won. And then he was like, all right, well, we'll keep tagging. And then Gable slowly like won him over.
Yeah.
To where now he'll even like say the catchphrase and stuff.
Ready, willing, and Gable. Hey, there you go. So, But yeah, they have a unique bond. It's one of those sort of they were meant to be a tag team, you know? And I really hope that if the day comes they get called up to the main roster that they do very well, because they are two extremely talented dudes. And I hope nothing but the best for them. I want them to succeed, because that could be one of your best tag teams in quite some time to come along through WWE.
I don't like their finisher.
What's their finisher?
Where like Jordan tosses the guy up and then Gable like catches him in the suplex.
Mm. Oh, they have time to work on that.
Yeah, I mean it's just I don't like that. I'm just saying, I don't know.
So back over to Raw. The next matchup we got to see Big Show going up against the undefeated Heath Slater. 1-0, I believe, on Raw. And Big Show quickly ruined that, knocking him out, squashing Heath Slater.
Not sure what the point of this was.
To make Big Show look dominant for the Royal Rumble.
Really though?
Yep.
If you say so.
I mean, what else would you have?
I mean, are we
have
just
it
like
for?
trying to make different guys look strong to look like they could win the Rumble?
Yes.
All right.
Your Titus O'Neil's, your Big Shows, possibly Mark Henry, but they haven't really been doing it very well. You know, they always like to make the
Mark
big
Henry
guy.
has to like win his way to the Rumble though.
Yes, he does. He's not even in it right now.
Yeah.
He has to earn it. And his tag partner is Jack Swagger, so it's not looking good.
Actually, we'll get to predictions later.
Okay.
But I guess.
But yeah, so Big Show squashes Heath Slater and then takes out the remaining social outcast as Bo Dallas was celebrating, going, I survived, I didn't get taken out, and tried to do a victory lap. Big Show slides out to the middle and wha-bam, out he goes.
I swear I don't see this lasting long.
The social outcasts?
Yeah. I don't want to be that way, but that's just how I feel.
I think that due to the success of the New Day, where they said, look, we have got to do something, otherwise we're just going to end up in obscurity. So they banded together, they went to Vince and said, look, let us get a shot. And due to that, they kept trying, they kept pushing it.
Yeah, but you think, I know they're all hills, or they're hills are coming together, but you think that being in their same character, when they say something, the one rips another microphone out of their hand and takes it from them, or they'll, you know, like they do work together, but they don't if they're all selfish.
Right.
That's what they're supposed to, that's what they want to be.
They're the lovable losers, because that's all that they're known for right now. They're known as the jobbers, the job squad, basically. They did I don't know if you guys watched it, but they did a sit-down interview with Michael Cole, and they're just all going back and forth. And they're like, so what happens if you four get down to, to the Royal Rumble? And they're all at the same time, oh, I'm going to win. No, I'm winning. Guys, I'm winning. I hate to break it to you. I'm winning. Like 4 people doing that at the exact same time, I'm winning. So, it shows that they're starting to bond a little bit by doing their lovable loser kind of skit.
I don't know, like maybe it's just me, but I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Well, I mean, give it time and, give them time to sort of find
Their groove.
find their groove, similar to how New Day did. Maybe they'll succeed, maybe they'll flop. And,
I hope they succeed,
Yeah.
I wish actually everyone to succeed. I really wish they
Hey, I
did.
don't know if you have this in Hot Topics, but do you just want to talk about the Josh thing
Yeah.
in regards to Social Outcast here?
Josh?
If you do.
Oh, you don't know about
Tough
it?
Enough winner guy, the Josh Brettel or whatever. Guy
I've been
won-
hearing he's been making a lot of tweets and getting some negative feedback.
Well, he tweeted
one from Kevin Owens, and
he tweeted about like Social Outcasts. He like said something
Social jobbers.
social jobbers and blah blah.
No,
blah.
he goes,
Just-
he goes, yep, yes, ... I love it. And then he goes, # social jobbers.
yeah.
And then I think Kevin Owens is like, hey, look at the professional with like the insider terms and stuff like
Everyone
that.
just started capping on him. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I say everyone, but Stardust and Owens, like in particular, were just.
Bull Dempsey was like, man, I don't know why you're being like this. I stood up for you. Why are you acting like this? These people who paved the way for us,
Yeah, it's basically just like a guy who doesn't know, like he shouldn't be like saying the shit
and
that he's saying.
yeah, he better watch himself, because if he does get called up to the main roster, even if it's to work a dark match or something, those guys are gonna just.
Oh, yeah. What's so funny? Okay, because Kevin Owens was like, I blocked him. And then Stardust was like, he goes, good luck dressing in the hallway, dick. And he goes, not blocked, banned.
Man, that's not a good start. So
Good luck dressing in the hallway, dude.
I mean, you should have more sense than to know that you have done nothing so far, so you don't get to call other guys who are doing things like,
like who are you? You know,
it's like you want that spot, but guess what? They have it, not you. Get back to the end of the line, kid.
It's not just that they have a spot that he wants. It's like they have done anything and he's done nothing.
I was about to say I don't know really go by his name. I'll remember him as doing that stupid Yeti noise. They call him the Yeti.
Yeah.
God. And then someone said like, yeah, you got to drop that shit.
So yeah, I mean, my God, dude, don't be an idiot. Come on.
It's like you're gonna be the next. What was the last guy who won? Big. What's his name? Who got released?
Oh,
Josh.
Big Andy.
Big Andy. Yeah, you're Big Andy. You're gone.
What was Andy's last name?
I don't know.
Shit, I don't know.
Loser.
Loser.
Andy Doper.
I don't know.
Anyways,
He was gone for a wellness violation. Is that what it
Yep.
was? That's what I thought.
Yep. It was like he was there for like a month.
It's weird.
And then he was gone.
They're probably like, I can't believe this fucker won. Someone told him to get on steroids, and then be like, oh, we got to test you, buddy.
Here, drink this
How
protein
sad
shake.
would it be if that dude got released and later on, like, ZZ was successful?
I haven't even heard anything about ZZ.
I thought he got a contract to train, and
He
does.
He's down there.
Yeah, he's training.
So.
Man.
I mean, he's at least smarter than
yeah, man, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
he's at least smarter than Josh so far.
Yeah. So after that, we got a lovely, lovely segment with Vince and Stephanie to determine who was going to be the number one entrant in the Royal Rumble. And they had the tumbler and they had the little plastic balls. And Vince had a little trouble handling his balls. Couldn't quite.
There was a lot of them, man. He couldn't open. I was like, man, you're a strong ass
strong
old
as
man,
he is,
and
he
you
can't
can't
even
open
open it.
that. I was
Can't
like, okay,
open
man, do you just work out your arms? You need to do wrist exercises and I don't know.
Work the forearms or something. I don't know.
Maybe he could use your.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll give him some hints.
Use your rope thingy. Your rope bungee cord. Yeah, I mean this segment was so bad. Like when Stephanie had to go out and say, "Hey, at least it's not the Vince's $1 million giveaway."
McMahon's Millions.
McMahon's Millions. I mean, you've reached a low point in the show when you're comparing it to that. So, I don't know. So, what do you know?
Well, it's like the same thing that Vince and Shane did for Austin that year whenever they were working him as the number one into the Royal. I mean, yeah, it's like 20 years ago, but still.
But that was also when Shawn Michaels was the commissioner, and he came out and said, yes, Stone Cold will be the number one entrant. The second man in there will be Vince McMahon. And then you hear him go, oh, my God.
See, with this, putting him as number one, I still feel like they're trying their best to push and get him. Like, hey, we're giving you this, we're giving you this. I mean, that's not something, but be number one and going through everyone. That's
What really cracks me up, and I know I'm getting off topic here, is that when Raw came to town that year, whenever they did the Austin was number one, McMahon was number two. I have somewhere, I don't know where, but somewhere I have that episode videotaped on VHS, and I strictly remember the video packages where they showed McMahon or Vince and Shane training for the Royal Rumble, and they had him like chasing chickens and stuff like that. Do you remember that?
I remember like some sort of montage. But
And they offered like $100,000 to the man who eliminated Stone Cold Steve Austin or something like that. I remember that. Road Dogg was hardcore champion. Mark Henry found out that Sammy had a penis. Good, wholesome family entertainment.
Did you watch the JBL Road Dogg thing?
I did not.
No, how was it?
It was alright.
Yeah. Kind of meh.
It's fine.
Ministry of Darkness was going on. Kane was the champion and was told, okay, we're just going to do the finger poke. He pokes you, you go down, Rock pins you, becomes the new champion. And Kane refused to do it. Corporate Kane. The original Corporate Kane. Anyways, I just remember Undertaker cutting a promo. We couldn't hear what he was saying because we were so far back, and then his phone or his sign lit up, and we were like, dude, your sign's on fire. So, anyways. So yeah, this segment was terrible. After that, we got to see Becky Lynch going up against Tamina, who hasn't had a match in I don't know how long. And
Well, you never know if she has matches on house shows.
she very well could. Probably a bunch of tag matches and stuff. But Ric Flair and Charlotte were on the outside, not on commentary, but just on the outside, scouting, I guess. And Becky Lynch defeats Tamina via submission and then taunts Ric Flair and Charlotte, saying, come on, give me my match. I deserve it. I want to fight you. These people want to see it. Ric Flair is like, oh, you want to fight? All right, you're on. Woo! So
Every time I see Ric Flair, like it's like every Monday. So after like Raw or during Raw, I have to watch Ric Flair when he was in TNA.
you don't have to watch it every week.
I do that because I always want to watch it because that's hilarious. That's the funniest
so
thing Ric
funny.
Flair.
It is funny, but you don't want to watch it every week because then it'll lose its value.
No.
I thought the Becky Tamina match was pretty damn solid, and the whole thing was one of the bright spots of Raw this week.
The small shimmer of light.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember it. I remember the only thing I remember was at the end where she kind of like tricked Flair into, oh yeah, we'll get the match,
Yeah,
But
it's
that's it.
not a blowaway match or anything, but it was like a solid match, and her promo was fine, and then Flair was Flair. Which is not a bad thing. I love Flair. I think he's awesome. And my only thing is, I don't know. Do you think Charlotte's gonna be able to develop with like Flair? So
No.
with like there so much because it's basically like about him doing his thing. And
Yeah, it's like he's being a dick, so she's gonna be an asshole too, and then that's pretty much. But I feel like the spotlight is mostly on Rick because I mean he's not a mouthpiece, but he kind of is a little bit.
I mean, she can't really carry her own promos, which is like a reason for him to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. But it's not. It's weird that they're not doing it in a way where it feels like they're gonna help her along. It feels like they're doing it in a way where it's just like, oh well, Rick's just gonna promo for you or whatever. But I don't know.
So anyway, so we'll have more to talk about on that one a little bit later on. But the next match, we got to see Alberto Del Rio teaming up with Sheamus to go up against Dean Ambrose and Kalisto. I don't remember much about this matchup.
Me either.
But
the finish was like technically I like the finish in the sense that I like how the finish came about, but I don't know why Kalisto needs to eat a pinfall before he has the title match on Sunday. I think that's lazy booking.
but he's not a champion. Dean Ambrose is.
Well, that's all the more reason not to book this match, like in this manner. You know what I mean?
Right. It should have been Del Rio and Owens versus Ambrose and Kalisto.
I like the little step up in Zagiri off of the announce table as he sort of pushed Ambrose into Owens, and Del Rio hit that like step up from behind off the announce table. And I like the finish where Kalisto tried to do Salino del Sol, but he like flipped over, and then Sheamus hit the broke. He just shouldn't have been pinned. I don't see the point in it. But I like the finish, except for I didn't like the finish. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I like how they did the finish. I don't think the people who
You
lost
like how they got
should've-
to the finish. You just didn't like the end result.
Yeah, he shouldn't have lost.
Gotcha. Alberto Del Rio and Sheamus do end up getting the victory, which takes us to a New Day memorial in memory of Francesca, the trombone.
Oh no, I really wasn't into it that much.
I wasn't into it because I feel like this is the second time that the trombone has been broken, but it's the first time they've really drawn attention to it. Am I mistaken?
That son of a bitch should have. I mean, I'm sure that fucking thing's been broken like 100 times. They probably have like a little trunk full
Multiple
of
trombones.
Yeah. Here's the thing about New Day: they're overexposed. Like WWE has a habit of saying like, oh, well, these
much of a
people are
good
sort
thing.
of like over, so they have to do like a funny skit every week, and they don't need to do like a skit skit every week. They can just go out and have a match and like be themselves. The great thing about the New Day is they're clearly not writing for the New Day. The New Day, the New Day clearly just does whatever they think up they're going to do, and that's a good thing. And that isn't like bulletproof. Sometimes we get like stuff that's not very good. Like this week was not very good, but overall they're in a much better position than the rest of the roster because they know their own characters. Like they worked their own characters out. No one writes for them. They know what they're going to do in any situation. And then you've got guys like Roman out there who are being really like funneled into this way that they want him to talk.
Be cool, be cocky and smooth.
Like the New Day are who they are, and they're not written for, and that's why they come across so well. Even though they're kind of shitty this week, they still are more well received, and they're in the long run a lot better than anybody else because they're doing their own thing. They know their own characters. It's so. The thing is you're going to get weeks like this when you overexpose guys.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know.
This is like probably the second time ever I felt like they were annoying.
Yeah.
Ish.
Since they started becoming
Because I didn't like
popular.
that. There was another time I forgot I didn't like them. I don't know.
Anyways, it leads to a match. Big E going up against Jey Uso. Big E ends up getting the victory. Anything to really take away from the matchup?
Not really.
Okay. After that, we got to see the team of Titus O'Neil, Mark Henry, R-Truth, and Neville defeat the Ascension, Tyler Breeze, and Stardust. Anything to take away from that?
Not really. I think I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I don't know. Well, I lost my train of thought.
All right. Well, that was the
I don't know.
that was the main event,
It
but
was.
the final segment was the highlight reel with Chris Jericho, Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and even the Wyatt family. This one was chaos at the end.
I think it's dumb to have Lesnar and Reigns touching before the Rumble.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb to let Lesnar look weak like that on TV.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb to let the Wyatts be the guys who've done it.
That was weird.
Not because you can't heat these guys up and make them mean something, because you can't. It's not a light switch that you can flip.
Mm-hmm.
These guys don't win meaningful feuds. These guys don't win meaningful matches. These guys are not well protected in booking. It's not just a light switch that you can turn on and be like, oh, well, these guys took out Lesnar, who is, period, the best protected guy in the company up until this point.
Right.
And it's a really stupid way to go about it. Now, I mean, a lot of people are going to say, like, they're the chaos guys. They're above wins and losses. And that's true, but you have to book them like guys who don't care about wins and losses.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just enough to say, like, to act like they don't care about, like, the way you book people who are above wins and losses is to make it seem like they still got what they wanted, even if they lost on a technicality. Like, they could beat the fuck out of someone in excess and then lose on a technicality.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, so it doesn't matter if they lost, but they still, like, got what they wanted by imposing, like, the violence on the guy or something to that effect. But you can't just never have them mean anything except for, okay, we decided, guys, that they mean something now, so we flipped the switch on, so now it's just, that's not how it works.
So, of course, that I know that this is last Raw before the Rumble, so that's a showing between them that, hey, they got one on Lesnar.
Yeah.
Will this go, do you think, any further? Will there be any other interaction between the Wyatts and Lesnar, you think?
See,
Yes.
I'm sure they will.
Other than the Rumble.
And that's the thing, like, because you're trying to set into motion seeds for Mania. So it's like, are we going to see Wyatt versus Lesnar at Mania?
I don't know how to feel about that.
Something like that. Like, I'm trying to piece together some of the matches that they're planning, and I don't know where they're going.
See, that was strange, but it doesn't surprise me if it's just something for the Rumble, because the Wyatts have attacked random people over the last week because they haven't done nothing with the Big Show. They haven't really attacked him.
We're recording on Thursday, so I haven't seen SmackDown yet, but I read the spoilers, and I think they stand tall at the end of SmackDown.
They do. Yes. So,
I don't know. See, what I thought was going to happen.
Who did they fuck up on SmackDown?
I believe it was Roman and the Usos.
Okay.
What I thought was going to happen is, okay, Roman speared him, blah, blah, blah. Wyatt's come in, beat up people. And I thought Lesnar was just going to get out, and just destroy everybody. That's how I felt what was going to happen. And then when all that stuff happened, I was like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
this is not where you get like the rub off of Lesnar, and this is not the part where you take it off of him enough to. It's just, to me, it's just like the wrong place. Ultimately, he's got to give it to someone else, but you don't give it away on TV, and you like these aren't the dudes to do it. These guys in this state are not the guys to do it. Like you can build these guys to be the guys to do it, but you can't just be like, oh, we don't have anything else to do, so
you guys are it now.
You guys are, yeah.
I mean, the way that they built into the highlight reel of saying, well, these three guys, Jericho, Lesnar, and Roman, these are the top favorites to win. Like these three guys are going to be in the final four, and then they sort of teased with Wyatt standing tall. Like, are these four? Is Bray Wyatt going to be the fourth member of the final four?
The only person who said it was to stay strong was Jericho.
Well, yeah.
Say he inserted himself in that, but really predicted his Reigns and.
I saw an article earlier today that said right now, the overall favorite to win, Triple H.
Yeah, there's a lot of theories which we'll get into in the Rumble, but
we'll have to see.
I think the thing about it is they're looking at guys who have like box office appeal.
Yeah.
And those are the guys that they singled out as favorites to win. Now, they're in such bad shape that they could just take this as a year to grow the guys who aren't and put your box office guys with another guy and try to make someone. But are they willing to do that? Are they willing to do that in the biggest arena they've ever tried to fill? Are they willing to do that? I mean, who knows?
I can already tell you right now, as far as WrestleMania goes, they're not going to break that record because they're not going with what I had originally thought that they should have done, which is just have them come out in the middle of the stadium and, have the giant screen, which is 80 yards, wide, to be their focal point stage or whatever.
I don't think it's a question of they break the record. I'm thinking it's like, are they gonna not look like assholes by putting at least a decent amount of people in there? Are that many people the product is really stale and this is. I can't remember a time where WrestleMania felt so like this is going to be a shit show.
Yeah, and
we felt like
we thought of that last year.
No, but we felt like that they didn't put any of the puzzle pieces in the right place for it to be good. This year, it's like they don't have all the pieces.
Right.
There's a difference to where you're like. You're not painting the picture I want, and then there's you don't have any fucking brushes to paint a picture.
You're playing chess and you don't have a queen and you have 0 pawns. Good luck. I mean, my God.
They got guys who can fill those roles, but they have not invested in them to get to that point, and so now they essentially don't have anything with big drawing appeal.
Right. But
other than those 4 guys.
Yeah. So. I mean, we'll have to see because that does take us into the Royal Rumble predictions. The road to WrestleMania starts now, and blah 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 blah. The kickoff match is going to be interesting. It's a fatal 4-way tag team match with the winning team getting to enter the Royal Rumble, and the team's very strange. The Ascension, not strange, versus Dudley Boys, not strange, versus Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, a little odd, but you can go with the whole. We were Patriot Americans going up against Rusev, unable to find our niche, and now we're teaming together. And then the other team, Darren Young, and not Titus O'Neil.
Well, I think Titus already confirmed for the Rumble. That's why.
Yeah,
strange.
Which is strange to me because they've sort of unofficially split the primetime players.
Again.
Yeah, it's like they're not coming out together. They're not wrestling together. They're not even showing backstage segments with them together. It's like Titus O'Neil's going out and doing his thing against Stardust, and then he had a segment with Mark Henry and who else? Yeah, R-Truth and Neville. Darren Young was nowhere to be found, and now all of a sudden he's teaming up with Damian Sandow,
Sizzle,
who has fallen off the face of the earth since he
Yeah.
split up from Miz last WrestleMania or whenever it was.
I needed that time away from that man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm better now since
So it's
been
a-
off for a year.
It's a very strange pairing.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey,
Not that strange. It's just a thrown together thing.
yeah. So the winning team gets to enter the Royal Rumble.
So that proves not everyone on the roster is going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Because of surprises. I would
That
think they would
too.
have a surprise.
They'll probably have 2 or 3 surprises. They tend to.
Or 12.
I mean, the Royal Rumble. I've said it time and time again. The Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view.
It has, but there's sometimes it's kind of been like,
It's over predictable.
there was like one I think that was disappointing to me. Don't know which one that was. Or maybe there was 2 that was.
Couple.
No, I mean, I think overall there was certain points that was disappointing to me, like the whole thing itself, but there were some parts of the whole match that I did like.
Right. I think I know one of them that you might be referring to, but yeah. So the kickoff match: Damian Sandow teaming up with Darren Young to go up against the Ascension, to go up against the Dudley Boys, to go up against Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. Winning team enters the Royal Rumble. Any ideas who you guys would like to see?
I'm gonna go with Mark Henry and Jack Swagger.
Yeah, because they did make a mention that, oh, this might be Mark Henry's final run. This might be his last chance, his final Royal Rumble, and all that, indicating that he is, that much closer to being retired. Tyler, how about you?
I'm just gonna go with the same thing because
Yeah.
I don't. That's a good reason because other people I don't understand.
Right. I was originally going to go with Dudley Boys just because I figure, oh, the crowd's going to be hot for them. They'll want to see the Dudley Boys. But, Bubba did his thing last year and shocked the crowd. And so that takes out that effect since we know the Dudley Boys are back in WWE. I would like to see Mark Henry get one last run. And so I'm going to go with Mark Henry and Jack Swagger as well. We'll have to see.
Unanimous.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. So let's dive into the Royal Rumble itself. There's currently listed 5 matches, all championship matches. So it's Night of Champions, basically. Divas match, title, tag title, IC, US, and then the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship. So, Tyler, we'll kick things off with you. Which match would you like to talk about first?
We forgot to do our intro.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Rusty, we can just do it now.
dang it.
Yeah, because we got to hear those picks. We got to hear those picks. We got to hear those dicks. No dicks.
It's the first time I've ever been able to say it because the radio show I couldn't say it. So. I'm gonna go with the women's championship match.
I'm sorry, the women's championship is not up for grabs. If you would like
Divas.
to, oh, okay, there you go. So
Divas.
Charlotte versus Becky
Suck it.
Lynch for the Divas Championship. Who are you going to go with on this one?
I'm still gonna go with Charlotte.
Yeah.
I would want Becky to win. I just feel like with Ric Flair in their corner, they're gonna further this feud, and they're trying to get Charlotte up and everybody,
Right.
behind her and stuff. So
Okay, so Charlotte to win.
yes,
All right, or to retain, I should say.
Yes.
Doug, how about you?
Take a Becky.
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 Any motive to your decision?
I just feel like this whole quote unquote, and it's funny because they mentioned it on Total Divas this week. The Divas Revolution thing has gone pretty awry, and I felt like
Alex
the most
Riley's involved?
rage, Riley, rage. But I felt like the brightest spot to come out of this has sort of been. It's just sort of been Becky the past couple of weeks. I thought her promo last week was pretty good. I thought she had a good match with fucking Tamina of all people, and I don't know. I just think she is a good direction to go. I think she's probably one of the better babyfaces on the entire roster.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Becky.
Even the Divas Revolution can go awry.
we're split.
We are split. I'm going to side with Tyler. I'm going to say Charlotte retains, and I will tell you why. I think that they're going to lead to to have Sasha Banks come back.
She's hurt, dog.
She is hurt, but she will be back in time for WrestleMania.
What's her? What's her?
Well, I thought it wasn't very serious.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how serious. I don't know what her expected. How long she's.
I thought it might have been just like a month or so.
Maybe.
Well, this is all in hopes that she returns in time.
They're gonna do the fucking triple threat at Mania.
Oh yeah,
I feel like they're.
That'd be good.
That'd be interesting.
Becky, Sasha, Charlotte is gonna. I feel like
The
that's
Divas Revolution has come to
That would be a
WrestleMania.
good-
They'll do the triple threat at Mania.
That'd be a good match for WrestleMania.
I could go for that. Yeah,
I think that's where they're going.
I still think Charlotte's going to retain, but there's going to be some foul play afoot.
A foot,
A
hand,
a flare.
a flare.
Yes. So 2 for Charlotte, 1 for Becky Lynch.
I vote for Rick.
You vote for Rick?
He's
So you're
gonna win.
changing? Okay. So you're
Changing
changing. So Ric Flair will become the new Divas champion.
Sure.
All right. So 1 for Flair, 1 for Rick, 1 for Charlotte, and 1 for Becky. Final answer?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Wait, what? You said like.
I'm
8
just being
things.
stupid. So no, I'm not. That's not my real answer. But
I just asked you final
I'm
answer.
joking. Charlotte's my answer.
Final for sure, no going back answer.
Charlotte.
Okay. Dang, almost had that one. So all right. So Doug, we have tag, IC, US, and WWE.
I'll go with the
I see.
tag.
Icy hot. All right. New Day versus the Usos for the tag team championship. Who are you going to go with on this one?
I'm gonna go with New Day. I think they keep it till Mania. They drop it at Mania.
Ooh. All right. Tyler, how about you?
That's a good point. To me, there's no one I want them to drop it to be
Yeah.
honest with you. If it's anyone, it would be the Usos.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, but I'm still gonna.
They're still the hottest act in the.
Yeah. So, New Day.
New Day? All right. I'm actually going to be the outsider on this one. I'm saying Usos to win.
So crazy.
I know. And here's my reasoning. The New Day in story mode, they're in a slump. They've lost Francesca. They didn't win the tag team of the year, and now they're going to lose their gold at the Royal Rumble, which will cause a feud to last them to Mania, because my God, think of Xavier's hair that he'll have for Mania, with them getting the titles back to be the 3-time champs at Mania.
POP, hold it down.
Hold it down. So 2 for New Day, 1 for Usos, unless I have swayed you
The power
in
of
any way.
positivity.
Nice dance.
No, I'm sticking with New Day.
All right.
I like Kofi did his skip even in his suit. They did their signature skips, but they did like sad faced signature skips.
What's so funny is,
so
you remember
sad.
that commercial they had where they were like, that SmackDown's moving to USA and the Wyatts talk to LA. That everyone comes up later on.
Yeah.
Though I didn't see Xavier, but Big E and Kofi they were skipping into the lobby and stuff.
Nice.
That's pretty funny.
Well, there's 2. There's like the receptionist one, and then there's the Triple H Stephanie one where everyone's like,
Oh yeah, that one's. Oh yeah.
Well,
So we
strap
got a plan-
Xavier and throw him out of a plane, and he'll have the banner.
the bear. That's dangerous.
So, all right. Let's go into the Intercontinental title. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens, or should I say Kevin Owens? So it's Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. I believe this is a last man standing match. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm curious as to how it's going to play out. I'm expecting a lot of violence in this match. But I think the Lunatic Fringe is going to retain his title here.
yeah, I'm with you. I think Ambrose retains. I think he.
Because he keeps talking about, you're going to knock me down, but I get back up.
Well, I think Owens is probably slotted for a higher profile Mania match than, or likely is going to be.
I think a rumored opponent is Brock Lesnar.
Well, he sure wants it.
Yeah,
He's a Brock mark, but
he's a Brock Lesnar guy.
I like your voices.
yeah, I mean, Owens is the hotter act, and so if they're going to slot someone for a higher profile Mania match, he would be the guy of the 2 because he's been he's just like better protected than Ambrose at the moment. So I could see Ambrose. I think Ambrose retains, and then Owens moves on to something
Bigger and better. All right, Tyler?
I agree with you, even though I want him to have the title, but I want him to move on for
Bigger and better
things.
There you go.
Ambrose.
All three of us picking Dean Ambrose to retain his title. Let's dive into the U.S. title match. Alberto Del Rio going up against Kalisto for the United States title. No special
Specifications.
Yeah, that too. So who you guys gonna go with on this one?
Kalisto, I don't think Del Rio will get the title back that fast.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You got it back?
What I mean is
He got it back technically the very next night.
what I mean is
It just didn't air until 3 days later.
wait, so Del Rio has a
Del Rio has the title.
He won it back
on
SmackDown.
the following night.
They did it to like point traffic to SmackDown. Be like, you got to watch SmackDown because titles can change.
Oh, so much. I didn't even know.
I mean, he was wearing the fucking belt on Raw.
Oh, he did. He did wear it. He did wear it. I'm stupid. Dude, it didn't even click with me.
He was only in like 3 segments on Raw wearing the belt.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel
Opening
stupid.
segment, his match backstage with Stephanie.
And the part where they showed him winning the title from Kalisto on SmackDown.
No, I didn't see that part. But no, he had
You
the
didn't
title.
see which part? Any of them?
No, I know. I saw him with the title, but I just didn't realize it. Now I feel stupid. Wow, Kalisto.
Kalisto to win? All right,
Wow.
Doug, how about you?
Del Rio.
Oh, Del Rio. I'm going to go with Kalisto. I think this would be a good opportunity for him to shine. Say, let's give the kid a chance while Sin Cara is out, because I heard that Sin Cara is actually going to be out for at least another month. So this would be a good opportunity for Kalisto to become a new big star. So I feel like they're going to give it to Kalisto.
I'm sticking with Del Rio.
Okay, you're more than entitled to it. I think this is probably the most diverse that we've ever been. In a,
I'm playing for keeps this year.
Oh, okay. Should we try and keep a tally
Every year
of
we're
who's
like,
right
we
and
should
wrong?
fucking keep track of all the picks, and we never do.
Never do. Should we do like best overall or total record?
There's a total record.
Okay. What's the stipulations?
What do you mean best overall? It would be the best
Or like-
total record.
Okay, say like you got 4 matches and we both got 3, so you get 1 point for that pay-per-view,
just
or
the overall.
or you get 4 points because you got 4 matches right. I get 3 points and he gets.
We'll just
3
add up how many times you're right over the end of the year.
Okay, we'll do
So we
that.
tally it
then.
up per show, and then it'll go. I mean, like, so you won this pay per view, so you
Winner
get
gets a trophy. No,
We can make that
we
happen.
can get a trophy.
We get a trophy or something. We'll get a something.
We'll get something.
Yeah.
Here's a something. It's
Hey, don't
just a
spend that
pay-
gift card yet.
Yeah. I'll get it. Yeah, that's what I can do. I can get
Put the gift card on.
a trophy and have it
Just
engraved.
fucking with you. Just spend
I'm
whatever
not.
you want. I don't think you can get a trophy on it.
Hey, this
Oh, I think
trophy
you
is a
can.
big bottle of alcohol.
Well, we will see.
Well, don't get it on Amazon. We'll get a little trophy company so we can have it however we want.
Yeah.
We'll go to that bowling place.
Look at trophies.
Monster Victory Trophy. There you go. That looks good.
That's a cool ass trophy.
Yeah. Or you can look. They have a toilet. Yeah, a toilet bowl trophy.
I'm not going for that. I'm not popping for this.
Not the toilet. Okay. Well, let's see. They got this little one. We got thumbs up. Regular championships. There's a star. Look, a banana. We can get a banana trophy.
No.
You can get a dozen of them for $9.50. I know we only need one, but there's a football one. All right.
Look that football one.
There's a bunch of them. 12 gold winner medals.
One with a wrestler on it. Like,
Okay.
There's got to be some like high school
Type in
amateur
wrestling
wrestler.
trophy.
Look, here's an inflatable trophy toy.
Type
For
in wrestling
$5.15.
Oh, it's got to be engraved like 2016 podcast Pick'em's winner or something. Shit like
Okay. We'll get something going. Oh, here you go.
that. Yeah,
That shit's
That's-
the coolest.
Well, that's amateur wrestling because they've got the headgear on.
yeah, but that's
that okay,
better.
though?
I'm fine with that.
That's better.
that's freaking cool.
Making progress.
Yeah, well, this is
All right.
What's that one?
Oh, look, here's a championship belt. Oh, that's fantasy football. Never mind. We'll do some research because we still have another match to get into, and that is the championship
we do
match.
have a whole fucking year to get there.
Yeah, we do. We really do.
Wrestling trophy.
Or it can be the leader gets to hold the trophy. And as the year progresses, we keep track. And
At the end of the year, we get it engraved.
yes.
With the winner.
Yes. So,
It comes home with whoever's in the lead of the
yeah.
Like it has enough space throughout the years. It's like,
we can just get like
we line it out and put the next person.
yes.
or like Doug won it this year. The next year, like, I'm going it next year.
We'll get a bunch of
motherfucker.
little plaques to put on the sides of it and
No, I mean,
everything.
if I win it this year, I want to keep it at my house.
Oh, okay.
I
Gotcha.
keep it in the stand at my house. It's like a trophy case.
Well,
At the end of the year, you gotta take it out of that trophy case
We'll
because
be
it's up for it's up for.
I'm never gonna
keeps.
win another fucking trophy. We gotta do this.
all right. So let's see. I picked Kalisto
Kalisto.
and Del Rio. Okay. So that takes us into the 30-man Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship.
So let me ask you: are y'all excited for this match in general?
Yes and no. Because I know it can go only X amount of ways.
I'm excited about the surprises, and like I know there's still rumors about AJ Styles. Okay, I'm just excited about AJ Styles. I'm just gonna go out and say it. That's the only thing I'm excited for.
The only way that you should bring in AJ Styles into this match is if he's walking out WWE champion. That's it. If not, save it for Raw.
Yeah, save it for Raw. I agree with
Or
that.
save it for after that match.
Yeah.
You know, match is over, Pyro's going off. Wait a minute, who the hell is this? Oh my god, it's AJ Styles.
Even if he's not at the Rumble or whatever, I usually do like surprises.
Yes.
I think everyone does.
Right.
So, but the predictability of the match that we're thinking, I don't like.
It's worrisome. Because there's only a handful of people. If you're not going to let Roman Reigns keep the title, there's only a small number of people that they would trust to carry that title.
Okay, so now we can address the rumors that we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Some people were saying online Triple H winning because they could set up Triple H and Roman Reigns.
Right.
Well, let's talk a little bit about surprises and AJ specifically, and then we'll do like winners or whatever.
Okay.
The rumors are that AJ is going to be at the Rumble, at Raw, and at SmackDown. Not confirmed to be in any of them, but he's supposed to be there
back.
Yeah.
for all three. So,
In case he's needed.
yes or no, do we see him in the Rumble? Not should he be in the Rumble, do we see him in the Rumble?
I say no.
I see your point, but I feel like yes because it's a big surprise. But also, like I said, I see your point that if he's not winning, but because knowing WWE, I know like they would like debut him, he would eliminate a lot of people and stuff, but he would lose. Someone will like eliminate him, and that'll start a feud with someone else.
Mm-hmm. So, like if you have him win, like if you were to bring him in, he's got to win. He absolutely would have to win.
Well, I think if you bring him in, I think he should win, but I don't think they necessarily think that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I think they could put him in, give him a good run, and then slot him with a feud with someone.
That's how I feel. Wouldn't that be so nuts if he came in his first? Well, it's not his first match WWE, but like his first big match for WWE.
His first match on the main roster,
and like he wins the title. Wouldn't that be freaking nuts?
Yes, it would be, because it's something that's never been done before in a match that's never been done before. And I know I spoke a week or two ago about, they've done this before. I was actually mistaken. That was for, I believe, the vacated title when Ric Flair won it.
So, is there anything on Gallows and Anderson?
No, not that I know of.
I think Gallows is ready to go. I think Anderson's still under contract until the 30-something, maybe.
But they're gonna have to wait unless they're gonna debut like Gallows with.
They're not gonna be at the Rumble. I don't see them at the Rumble. Nakamura isn't gonna be there until after the 30th. There's no reason to bring Gallows in just by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
So, do you think AJ? Do you think he's gonna be there in the Rumble or not?
I have a feeling, knowing WWE, they're gonna put him in the Rumble and do what you said. Like they're gonna have him
put him in early,
people.
give him a bunch of eliminations, but ultimately lose, and then try to slot him in a feud.
Yep.
Mm.
See, I think the same thing can be accomplished, like just bringing him out on Raw and having him confront someone, and you can still slot him into a big Mania match. And
Yeah.
Actually, I
he
feel
doesn't
like
have
that
to
would be
lose.
better, to be honest.
Well,
with
it's
you.
better, but I'm saying, what do you think they're gonna do?
Rumble.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, AJ.
I'm gonna.
Unless they're like tricking people, because a lot of people are expecting it.
I'll say I think he could maybe be seen, but he's not gonna be in the match.
Right. That's why I'm saying maybe have him come out after the Rumble
Sure.
and confront the winner or confront somebody.
That would be nuts if he confronted the winner.
I don't think that's gonna happen either.
But if it was Triple H,
Like fantasy booking, I would have him come in at like number 22, just enough to where the crowd is like, "Oh my God, he is here!" and get a few eliminations. Then the crowd, the ring fills up, and he ends up winning. Like, because that would be historic to have a guy come in his technically whatever match, but it's you could say it's his very first match on the main roster. Not only is that, but it's also the Royal Rumble, one of the biggest matches of the year, and it's for the WWE Championship. He gets the title on his very first night. What is happening here?
You think Vincent Kennedy McMahon?
No,
has that
not
kind of-
not one
that
bit.
kind of faith in
that
AJ
would
Styles?
that decision would be something that would be made by Triple H.
He's not calling the shots.
He is not. That's why I'm like, it won't happen. But that would be.
Vince McMahon is not rolling the fucking dice on his WrestleMania main event with AJ Styles.
Did we ever think that the Undertaker streak would be broken? What's to stop him from saying, you know what, this guy is one of the most talented guys out there?
A little different, though.
I mean, it's a stretch, but there are some things where it's like I would never would have thought I would see something.
Look,
like
I mean,
that.
after this year in pro wrestling, we know you never say never. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's like completely. I think it's really unlikely.
but I don't think because they're focusing on Roman. This
Right.
is Roman stuff. Even if Roman doesn't win, it's like Roman, Triple H, or Brock Lesnar stuff.
I'm-
and I don't think they're going to slip Roman with AJ.
Well,
hang on.
I think we're getting into like the picking a winner stuff, but
Sorry.
I kind of wanted to be like, I kind of wanted to like throw any like surprise guesses out there before we got into the let's pick a winner.
Yeah. One thing that I saw, and this is in relation to one of the hot topics, is that Daniel Bryan got cleared by yet another doctor and is still
Not the one that counts.
Yeah, not the WWE doctor. So, and I've been seeing a lot of comments online about this where people are saying the reason why they aren't clearing him is because they're trying to get Roman Reigns over with the crowd. They're trying to make Roman the star.
Oh, if Daniel
Bryan comes back, all the attention goes to Daniel Bryan because he is the bigger star.
I don't think it's that. I think it's that.
They don't want him hurt again.
I think it's a lawsuit.
Yeah. I mean that's the bigger point. That's the more likely reason why they haven't cleared him.
The only reason they fucked themselves last time is because they were too stupid to bring him back a day later.
Yeah.
They could bring Bryan back to the Raw after the Rumble and be fine. Have
Yeah.
another star for Mania.
Yep.
And still put whoever you want in the main event without the crowd turning on you.
Yeah.
It's that fucking simple. They're not that
again,
stupid.
if you,
I mean, they were that stupid last year, but they can't make that mistake.
Yeah, and it would be another one of those things where it's like, okay, if you're bringing him back in the Royal Rumble, he's got to win. So
if Bryan's in the Rumble, he has to win.
yeah, and so it's like, okay, so save him for Raw the next day.
Right.
Yeah, because if
Just
Bryan,
wait 24 hours. I
if
promise
Bryan's
it'll pay
eliminated, Roman's gonna get booed again.
off. Yes,
If Bryan's in the Rumble, he's winning in main event at WrestleMania.
and going up against Roman Reigns because they put on actually a really good match last year.
So other people,
I don't think so. If Bryan wins, I still think they do Triple H Roman.
Sami Zayn, he's gonna be I think maybe
The only
surprise.
reason that I think Zayn is really likely, other than he's got that big NXT title match.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, he could do double duty. They've done that
Yeah.
with Owens, so
Yeah.
it's not completely insane. I would actually like to see.
In Zayn.
I would like to see Zayn and Owens have interactions at the Rumble that sort of led to a Mania match between them two. I think that
That'd
would be
be
really
huge.
cool. But,
Yeah.
who knows?
I
I could see Zayn happening.
what about Joe
I'm gonna say no, Joe.
Balor?
No,
If they do an NXT guy, I think it's Zayn. I'll say that.
I'll agree. Because he came up to the main roster and was able to hang with Cena, so that would be a nice return for him, and it'd be someone that the fans could get behind.
Yeah.
Whereas you intro the demon Finn Balor,
Well-
and people were like, "Wait, what's this all about?"
Actually,
And also, you'd have to kill the lights, and
Balor's not that crazy of an idea because I could see them giving Zayn the NXT belt off of Balor after turning him heel. And I could see them, if they're going to do the Bullet Club thing, they might as well fucking bring him up to the roster with those guys. So Balor's not crazy. I can see that.
Because aren't they doing a NXT Rumble? Are they doing that this year? And the person who wins that's going to go into the Rumble?
I mean, I just watched NXT TV and they didn't mention it, but
No, they didn't. But it might be one of those like things that they have this weekend or something. Oh, over the course of the weekend they had.
That's how it was last year.
Like at Access or whatever.
Yeah. Although I don't know if they're doing that this year, having an Access, but though I mean they might. I know that they're having.
NXT has its own show now, so they don't do like the Access.
Yeah, but they might be doing something at a house show because I know they're going to be somewhere Friday night and possibly Saturday night as well.
Has Hideo returned yet?
Nope.
No. What did he go out with?
Shoulder, I believe.
Any guesses of surprises that are not an NXT guy or AJ?
Like Legends?
Yeah, or whoever.
Or surprise returns?
Yeah.
Is Jeff still in TNA?
Yes. I thought didn't you say we were talking about TNA today? Did you say that? I thought you said we were going to talk about this blah blah, this blah blah, this blah blah.
Total Divas?
I thought you said TNA. I was like,
Q&A.
I thought we were talking about TNA this week. I was like, oh, wow, we're talking about TNA. Yes, Jeff's still in TNA.
Q&A.
Okay. I thought you said
And Matt Hardy's the champion.
He is.
Yeah. No, I can't really see anyone from yesteryear really coming in. And that's the thing. Aside from like Triple H, there's not really very many people that they can really bring back.
I was about to say if Sting wasn't hurt, I bet that Sting would have been in it.
Well, Sting's out. Austin's not doing it. Rock contractually can't.
No Mick Foley.
No Mick Foley. And everyone else is sort of past that stage.
Oh, didn't we talk about was it last week about, or no, did I read it? Something about HBK.
They were trying to, and he's saying no. He's not going to do it.
If they did some of
he's
HBK,
staying retired.
if they talked HBK out of retirement, it would be for Mania, not the Rumble.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think they were trying
to. Ric Flair's in the Rumble.
I think Flair said that on his show that they tried to approach Sean about it, and he's like, "No, I'm going to be at my
can you imagine
ranch."
he's fucking dodging calls like a motherfucker after all these dudes went down? They're probably
Yeah.
like lighting his fucking line up.
Come on, Sean, I need you
How
out
much will
here.
it take, Sean?
Yeah,
Dude, I'm hunting, man.
yeah.
I got other projects, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to throw my body around. You know how old I am.
You know, it feels good not to be beat up.
Yeah. Feels good to kill something.
All right, who the fuck y'all taking?
Shit.
In my head, I feel like it comes down to either like those three I said earlier. It's like Roman, Triple H, or Brock.
Yep.
I'm taking Triple H. Taking Triple
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar.
See,
It ain't gonna be Brock.
With the Wyatt's gonna eliminate Brock, you think?
I think Brock's Mania match is either Wyatt or Jericho.
then it'll be Wyatt.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it's Jericho.
And I saw an interview where Owen said he would love to wrestle The Undertaker, so that could also be a possibility if you wanted a big name matchup for him. Or, you know, the Sami Zayn thing would be really nice as well.
That would be really cool.
I change. I'm going Triple H.
No, you can't. No, I'm kidding.
I changed my mind. I want to be Hornswoggle.
See, I mean, you could have Triple H screw Roman out of the title by having him eliminate him.
The thing about it is, if Triple H wins the Rumble fair and square, there's no sympathy for Roman out of it.
Yeah.
It's almost like they have to do like 30 guys, and then Vince comes out and be like, one more, goddammit, 31. And then,
One more, goddammit.
then Triple H comes out, and there's
Would you say Vince is going to be in there?
No, hell no.
no, man.
Dude's 70 years old.
I mean, he is taking bumps on TV like every fucking week, but still, that's not a crazy thing to ask. His stupid ass.
With what you
taking bumps every
said,
week.
with what you said just now about the screw it, send in one more.
Yeah.
Could you see someone make their entrance but not get in the ring? Like they get taken out before they even get to the ring.
Curtis
And
Axel.
Axel again.
It could be Axel. And
That's his Kofi spot.
yeah. And
Never makes it to the ring.
And Vince could come out and say, well, technically only 29 men entered the Rumble. We need one more. Time to play the game. And that's...
Yeah, I think whether hook or crook, I think Triple H is walking out like... I think if they are stupid enough to have him win it fair and square, which I think doesn't give any heat. Or, I mean, I don't think it gives the sympathy Roman they would think it was. Because if he wins fair and square, he wins fair and square.
Yeah.
That's stupid. But, yeah, I think we could see shenanigans, or he could just be in the match. But either way, I think he's walking out.
Yeah, I don't... Man.
Who you picking?
I think Brock is out of the question. I think it's Roman or Triple H, and I think it's Triple H.
Okay, I go with Triple H.
I'm going to go with Triple H as well. But I'm doing so very hesitantly because the way that they're trying to build Roman Reigns, I would not be surprised if they said that, okay, you're going to go in as number one versus all. This is the match that you've wanted. And sure enough, he magically pulls it out of his ass and wins.
Wow, I like to see that.
Look at my title.
I bet what happens is since he's number one, he'll go through all like you said, all those people. Like Triple H will be like last, and
yeah, he's making it to the end for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Triple H.
After much deliberation, those were some great picks. Those were some great picks.
Those were some great dicks.
Not dicks. What's wrong with you?
So we all went with Triple H?
Yes. So we'll have to see how it all plays out this Sunday. But with that being said...
And now, Total Divas with Doug and Tyler. Mostly Doug.
No wonder people call you fat on Twitter.
Shut up! I have to say, I feel like a real diva.
You are a grown-ass woman.
Hello. I'm here.
Terrible intro.
I wasn't there.
Okay. Guess what? Total Divas is back. And I'm going to try to watch it. Well, I don't know how it's possible. We're going to be late because we really record a show on Tuesday and it comes out Tuesday night, so it's late. That's why we watched it. But
well, we might just reschedule. The show just comes out on Thursdays now.
on Thursdays, all right.
You do the show on Thursdays now.
That's what we do. So
it might not be a bad idea with Lucha Underground talking about.
Yeah, something to think about.
Anyway,
so 3 storylines. As usual.
Told you to kick the shit out of Raw this week.
Yeah. Okay, so it starts out with Nikki and Dolph, or Nikki and Nick.
Let's talk about Dolph Ziggler on Total Divas. Like, that should just be his character, and like on Raw and so, like on the roster, he should be how he is on Total Divas.
That seems like that would be his character.
Yeah, but it's not. Also, what the fuck is wrong with his hair? Can someone cut his hair? Because it looks fucking dumb.
I bet he thinks
it's like too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like awkwardly long.
Well, he likes it.
Yeah, he looks stupid though.
Dolph, you're stupid. So it starts out where the last episode of last season ended. They were talking, and he pretty much said, I can give you babies, and I can give you a husband.
My favorite thing is how he Nikki says something like really superficially like positive about her relationship with John, and then Dolph like makes fun of like whatever she just says. And makes
he
it
did
sound
that the
like really stupid.
whole episode.
See, I missed last season, essentially the whole season, but I don't know. This was a killer.
No, what was weird about
premiere.
last season, and if I remember correctly, that whole thing with Dolph either came up in the last episode or in the last 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It just popped up, that storyline. So, yeah, he went in to kiss her, and
How did he like broach the topic like last season where he's like, "Yo, I still am into you," whatever? Do you remember?
pretty much they just showed them like backstage sometimes, and there was places they went in the same town. I didn't know if they lived in the same town or not, and he was there, and they would flirt, and they would bring to attention they used to date and all that stuff, and he just brought up that still have feelings for you pretty much. So it was kind of like just brought on us like that.
Hey, remember the time we used to bang?
Yeah. And So yeah, she slapped him.
So
and-
it was at like a cliffhanger last season, and then they come. Basically, I guess to catch everybody up is he like says, "Yo, I'm still into you. I can give you all the things you said you want that I couldn't then," and that Cena's saying he can't give you now. Like we should maybe think about this. And then he goes in for the kiss, and she slaps him.
She
And
walks away. He
She
stays
walks
there.
away, and she's like, "I can't tell John right now because we're at work." And I have to be professional about this. And then she immediately begins telling everyone on the whole show
Yeah.
about what happened. That
Yeah,
was the
they
best.
told her sister, told Paige, but they also said,
They
"Don't
said,
tell,
"Don't tell Natty,
don't
'cause
tell
she'll tell
Natty."
everybody.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then what else?
But we know this show has worked to some degree, but give me a percentage here. You think this is like 50% work? You think this is like 75% work? Because it seems real-
75.
Yeah, I think it's got to be like 75.
Because I don't know if you noticed, because when they went back to them the second time, and they were like backstage, and he had his shirt off after a match or whatever.
Yeah.
and
He
was
said my eyes would
apologizing.
appear.
I don't know. Wait, no. Before that was funny. But before that, like when the camera came on, she was like touching him and like kind of she's like stop, like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're like totally flirting with him and doing all that stuff. And like then she got all serious, and like, I gotta tell John this. And I'm like, was it meant for the camera to catch what you just did?
I don't know.
So it was strange, but yeah, he's like, yeah, my eyes are up here, and she's like, well, you're half naked, and he was like, you're half naked too. So, but he was being a smart ass the whole time, like, against saying all that stuff about John, and
I guess like this is right around the time Beast of the East happens because they go to Japan and Nikki's on the tour, Brie isn't, and obviously Ziggler's on the tour because he teams with Cena, and Paige is on the tour also. So this is kind of going down the whole time they're in Japan also or whatever.
they showed a flyer for Japan, and it was like Cena was in the front, and behind Cena to the left and right there was one of Dolph and then Nikki, and they were saying it looks like y'all are holding hands behind his back.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then she told Paige, and then later on it ended up where they went to a spa,
Like a fish
spa, which was weird because like
pedicure spa.
fish, yeah, you get a pedicure, you put your feet in there, and there's like tons of fish in
Yeah,
there,
like-
and there's like,
I guess sucking on your feet. Which
Suck
They
on your
eat the
feet.
dead skin cells.
it's totally weird.
oh well, Nikki like hollered because she felt like one bit her, but I think that's bullshit.
Like her and Paige go to this thing, and then Paige, because she was confided in, like texts Ziggler. It's hard for me to call him Nick, and it's gonna take me
Nicky!
it's gonna take me this like season to get into calling him Nick. But she texts him, and I guess she's gonna like mediate because I guess like Nikki keeps coming up with reasons to put off like telling John or whatever, and
He was still being a smartass the whole time. Like, oh yeah, I forgot what he said though. I kind of chuckle at certain things he said about he was taking shots at John.
yeah, I don't know, it was weird. He
It was
just like-
strange, yeah,
He was just like, I'll just go tell him myself. It's not a big deal or whatever.
yeah.
He's like, no, it has to come from me, or it looks like I'm hiding things
Yeah.
or whatever.
I forgot how that segment ended, or that part. I
They
think it just ended, and then later on they were.
She goes to tell John at dinner, and he's sort of like, whatevs.
Well, he
They're-
was like, well, first of all, they were giving us like, oh, I need more wine, and then he was like, whatever. But he pretty much laid it out, and he was like, if this is what you want, I can't stop you.
He was. It was not like a. I want you to be happy with whatever. He's like. It was more like you're a grown up and I'm a grown up, and if that's something you want to pursue, then like you just do what you want to do. Like he was very like sort of like
Whatever.
whatever about it. It was like, oh, if you're into it.
Oh,
like, whatever.
hey,
And
this.
she was like, "What the fuck? I would be mad if this happened."
I'm not gonna be very passionate about this because this reality show we're on, so I'm gonna half-ass that. So that kind of ended. So that kind of ended. So I guess they're gonna continue that conversation. I don't think that conversation has ended. I think they kind of cut off there.
Well, I think we know for sure from all the teasers and the trailers for this season that Cena's got like a new outlook on marriage and kids because they're going to talk about it.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Marriage and kids. We're done. So okay, the other.
I just like how they framed it around like Cena and Ziggler having to tag together on the tour or whatever.
Yeah.
And like she was like, I can't tell them because they have to be on the same team, as if like it was like he was gonna like shoot on them or something in the ring. I don't know. It's weird.
So then it's the Natalia stuff. Natalia, just dealing with TJ, because here he hurt himself in that dark match with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
There really wasn't too much.
Not much of anything. Just her parents coming to visit. That's basically it.
Yeah. And then
there's the Nikki Bryan stuff where Nikki's trying to get like Bryan to like get involved in something else while he's out injured. She's sort of like pushing him to move on. He's sort of like, I'm still want to return. I still want to wrestle. That's what I want to do.
What I like about their stuff is, see, they'll always talk about Nikki and John and other people, and Daniel Bryan gets in on it. He like tells them his opinions on everyone, so they're like both gossipy. Like it's funny.
I like he was like they just have a weird relationship.
Yeah, they
like
have a weird. Yeah, he goes, "Oh, I'm not gonna give you kids, but I'll buy you anything you want." He's like, that's weird.
So it's no big deal. He's like, yeah, he was.
But
weird.
It's so funny to me because he'll just talk about stuff. He's just a cool guy in general.
But
it's just pretty much what it was is, he wants to wrestle again, and Brie wants him to do other things, but at the end, what it came to,
she wants him to transition out of wrestling because he's so hurt and because they want to start a family.
What was that business venture? Something that they were going to do in a box? They're going to put something in a box and ship it to people?
I don't know.
Like, he makes jelly out of watermelon.
Well, I think it's some like homegrown, like local food stuff that they're getting involved in because he like gardens and stuff. I don't know.
Hey, man, if you made jelly out of watermelon, I would like to try that shit.
See, I don't know if I'd like watermelon jelly. I like watermelon.
Well, this is like legit watermelon, not artificial.
I know, but like I like watermelon just like as watermelon. But like when it starts getting into like watermelon juice or like artificial watermelon, I don't like that.
Have you ever tried legit watermelon juice? Like I went to a restaurant and it was seasonal, but it was like from a watermelon. It wasn't artificial stuff. So it was pretty good.
If I have.
You're laughing at me. What are you talking about? Yeah. So he finally told her, it's like, hey, don't.
Instead of a trophy, I'm looking at a belt, and one says "World's Greatest Dad."
That's funny.
And the side plates are a dad throwing his kid in the air.
I like that. I'm the champ. But no, he told Brie, like, hey, this is what I want, and she pretty much said, I need to support you, and I'm going to. This is what you want.
Man, so reluctant.
So that ended that. I think
I like their dog Josie. Like I like their dog as much as I hate TJ and Natty's cat. Like they're like the opposite ends of the spectrum. When I see Josie, I'm like, that's a cute fucking dog. But when I see that cat, I'm like, that's an ugly fucking cat. Speaking of cats, well, this will transition.
This will get into it.
She goes to like one of those cat cafes while they're in Japan.
Yeah,
and like she's, I guess, FaceTiming with like Foxy, and like they're just like cats all around.
Yeah, there was one point where there was two that was fighting over food, and she's like, "Yo, just calm down, I'll get you food." But that was cool. I would go to a cat cafe. I like cats.
I bet it smells like cat piss, like a lot.
Unless if they don't clean it, a lot. I'm surprised she didn't say nothing.
Like, there's no getting
mask all that.
There's not getting all that piss smell out of it.
Well, if it's in fabric and if they piss and shit on.
Yeah,
stuff,
there's not getting that smell out.
No telling. I just want to play with cats. So we ended on one that wasn't a funny one. Paige and her boyfriend. It's just pretty much she just wants to tell him that she don't want to be engaged, and she's like kind of hiding that she don't want to for a while because she wants to keep him as her boyfriend or doesn't want to lose him. But she's also in Japan at the beginning of the episode. But by the end of the episode, she finally snaps on him and stuff, and then she tells him how it is, and he's okay with it. But her mom called her And she's like, oh, I heard like on TV you got engaged. Why don't you tell me this? And she's like, Mom, I don't want to talk about this. And she's like, no, don't hang up. She's like, well, I'm hanging up. And she's like just mad because she wouldn't tell her anything. And that's when it transitioned into that Paige griping about everything. And then, yeah.
The weirdness of Total Divas. It's just so weird. Like Soraya Knight is like on Total Divas. Daniel Bryan is on Total Divas. It's just the fucking weirdest show ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it was way more entertaining than Raw this week. So, yeah, I don't know. Good times.
See what you're missing, Daniel?
No.
Good stuff. Is Kelsey watching it?
She has it on record. I don't know if she's watched it
Tell her
yet.
to watch it. It's good stuff.
I'm sure she will.
Good stuff, man.
Man, that's the good stuff. All right. Good to know.
Girl, bye.
And with that being said, it's time to move into some hot topics.
Hot pockets.
Doug, I know you said you watched NXT.
Show did.
Tyler, I don't know if you did, but Rich Swann debuted on NXT this week.
In a very good match against Baron Corbin.
Really?
A losing effort,
I was about
though.
to say against Baron Corbin.
Very fun. This week's NXT was all about sort of setting up the triple threat participants for the number one contendership.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically all had competitive squash matches that were all really fun. So
Yeah, Sami Zayn took out Adam Rose.
yeah, that one was okay.
Baron Corbin defeated Rich
It
Swann.
was a very good match.
And Samoa Joe defeated Johnny Gargano.
And a very good match.
Oh, so is there anything on Johnny? Is he signed, or do you think?
No,
He had a backstage segment where they talked to him.
he's still not signed.
But Tommaso is.
I believe so.
I don't know.
We already talked about Daniel Bryan being cleared. Still awaiting clearance from WWE, if it'll ever happen. We already talked about AJ Styles to be joining WWE's main roster. No confirmation on if he'll be involved in the Rumble. Tyler Breeze reportedly gaining backstage heat after requesting to leave early from a taping. Apparently, the backstage officials didn't like that very much and says, well, he's not in it for the long haul. He just wants to come and do his stuff and leave. He's not one of us. I don't know.
Well, if that's true.
Well, it depends on. We don't know why he needed
Yeah.
to leave. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could have very well been a family emergency or something. But I hopefully he can get some of that back because he's a hard worker. You know, with the way they packaged him on Breaking Ground, it made him seem like he's a real workhorse and very respectful and respected individual. So hopefully he can get some of that heat off of him. For those of you who love what's so funny? Something. Oh, okay. I don't know. The last hot topic. Okay.
Yeah.
Jim Ross. For those of you who are fans of Jim Ross doing commentary, you're in luck. He's been announced to provide commentary for New Japan Pro Wrestling on
what event?
on a certain channel.
Well, it's
Or something.
he's doing the New Japan on Axis.
Yeah, that's it.
He's not going to be doing the he's not going to be doing the English commentary on the New Japan World shows. That's still going to be Kevin Kelly and probably Stryker. But he's only doing his contract is through Axis, not through New Japan. So he works with Barnett on Axis, but he's not going to be doing the New Japan World shows.
Still cool though. Earlier this week, it was apparently leaked the list of Hall of Fame names. This isn't fully confirmed yet, but there are some names that have, air quote, leaked out. That being JBL, the Freebirds, which was highly rumored to be happening this year. After that, it's sort of a toss-up as to if they're serious about these or not. Jacqueline, I don't know if you remember her. The Godfather. Question is, will he bring his hose with him to the ceremony? And the final one is a celebrity inductee, Regis Philbin.
What did he do? I don't remember that.
He was actually, they involved him in a lot of stuff. For like when it came time for WrestleMania, he would have some of the wrestlers come on his show
In the 90s?
Yeah, early 90s, early to mid 90s.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember that.
He was actually at WrestleMania 7 as sort of a backstage host, and then he also, I believe, he was involved in the calling of the main event for WrestleMania 7.
Regis Philbin or Snooki, one of those.
Yeah, but like he's had The Undertaker on his show. He's had Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, a bunch of big stars that have come through the WWE was on the live with Regis and Kathy Lee or Kelly or whoever it is that's hosting the show. So that's one.
Hoda.
Yeah, sure. And
Wait, is that the other lady's name?
I have no idea.
Weren't they both on really bad on Raw that time?
Kathy Lee Gifford and whoever it was.
Is her name Hoda?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kathy Lee and Drunk Number 2.
Yeah, I don't know what that other lady's name is.
I don't either.
I think it starts with an H, right?
I don't know.
I don't really care. I don't know why I'm making a big deal about this.
Don't make a big deal.
I'm just going to shut up.
Okay. But speaking of Hall of Famers, one is supposedly getting into a little hot water with the WWE. It was reported that WWE Hall of Famer Sunny was putting her Hall of Fame ring up for sale on eBay. And the company said, "Well, hey, we'll buy that from you if Vivid Entertainment. We'll buy that from you if you shoot a porno."
I thought like the ring was like maybe like 1,000 or like a few hundred or whatever, but they're
Something like that.
offering way more to.
She was looking to sell her Hall of Fame ring. They said we'll give you $100,000 if you do a 90-minute porno. She said, "I'm flattered, but I think I'm worth a little more than $100,000." They renegotiate. She already shot a fucking porno. It's gonna come out sometime.
So
shot it.
So for those who are interested in watching it,
What's it called?
And she's keeping the ring.
she's
keeping the ring?
Yeah, she
She
took
doesn't
it
need
off
to
of
sell
her
it.
eBay account. She took it down. Yeah, she shot the porno. It's called Sunny Side Up Through the Back Door.
Oh yeah.
So now the question is, who's going to watch it? I vote Tyler because I think we need to have an in-depth review from him.
I mean,
Very
if you're gonna review the porns, you gotta review the China porn too.
Oh shit.
And the Hogan one. So you got to have a frame of reference here.
I mean, like, if we're gonna do a segment, we're gonna have to go all in.
Gotta go all out.
I mean, he's the one who's talking all the time about we got to see those dicks. So I say we put
How
him to the
big
test.
is Hogan's dick?
Man, thermos is the word. I don't know.
As thick as a can of Pepsi.
Oh man.
Who cares? Get your money, girl. Who cares?
Yep, you do
We
your
Just get to
thing.
keep the ring.
She's been doing her thing for a while now. So
What was it before? She would cuddle in bed with
cuddle in bed, and she'd do Skype shows and stuff. And all right, more power to you.
They sold you as a sex item. You can sell yourself as a sex item.
Yeah,
What was the next thing? She's gonna get a mold of her vagina, and it's gonna be a
she's gonna get the chocolate mold of her butthole
the
and send it to Noah.
pocket pussy in the shape of her vagina.
Oh God. But yeah, Sunny Side Up Through the Back Door. I wonder where that one's leading. With that being said, time to go into the Q&A portion of the show. Your questions, our answers. First question coming to us from Jamal saying, "Hey guys, love your show. Did you happen to catch this week's episode of Ring of Honor? If not, I highly recommend you watch their main event between the Kingdom, Young Bucks, and Red Dragon in a Philly street fight. Probably the craziest street fight I've definitely seen. Probably the craziest street fight I've seen. Definitely think you should watch this match."
I did not watch it, but I've read that people liked it online.
I fell asleep twice trying to watch this motherfucking show. Somehow I turned it on both times after the Addiction and Shelly ACH main event. Both times I saw in full the Mark Briscoe Adam Page match, and then both times in full I saw the Mr. Wrestling 3 Karina stuff. And both times I saw it in full, I guess fading out of consciousness, the Silas Young promo. And then somehow I fell asleep to the main event twice. I can't I haven't seen it. I'll try to go back and watch it. I don't know if I'll get a chance. But I can't imagine it being the craziest, street fight he's ever.
Craziest street fight.
And you should go back and watch the Briscoes and Steen and Generico matches. Like their street fight and their ladder war is pretty crazy. I can't imagine those like TV matches coming off better than those Steen and Generico Briscoes matches.
Guess we'll have to see for ourselves and compare. But thanks for the question. Next question coming to us from Victor. Saying, "Great to hear all the boys back together. Thinking about the WrestleMania situation, I gotta ask, how do you feel about always having a pay-per-view take place between the Rumble and Mania? There are times when I see it as a helpful time buffer to work out all the bugs for Mania, but also a chore that they need to hastily get done just to reach Mania. What do you guys think?"
Sorry.
That's cool.
To me, it's like the same thing as how many belts or too many belts. It's like however many you can make matter. Like it doesn't. It's not should there or shouldn't there be. It's like, are you going to make it matter? And if you do, then it counts.
Will it be important enough to have it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just like you said. It can be a plus or a minus. It's all like if you're being lazy about it or
Lazy booking. All right, let's just get through this so we can get to Mania. And,
yeah.
I definitely agree. There are times where it can be used, and there are times where you can tell they're kind of just phoning it in. It used to be the big elimination chamber match, the final stop before WrestleMania, the final test for the champion, and the champion would always win, with the exception of like Jericho, which set up the match for HBK and Undertaker.
I will say that I hate the name Fastlane.
Yeah. But we're on the road to WrestleMania, and you got to get in the fast lane to get there. Okay.
I don't need your car.
Would you prefer the passing lane?
Nope.
How about the HOV lane?
No, I don't need a car.
There's two or
no
more.
Car, no driving references.
Well, that's what I think they used to do that for Over the Limit. That was their big car.
That's less flagrant, though.
Yeah.
Even though they had the little speedometer in the logo.
Yeah. Man, I miss the old stages.
Yeah. Me too.
Like, they would have it look like a thing. Even the pyro, it'd be like yellow, 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 red, red, red. You know, it was just cool. Now it's just the same old crap every year. Every show is the same. That's one of the things I think that's losing its value. Like, dude, have an elaborate set. Even if it's a recycled one from years past, just give me something different. Make it feel a little more special. You know, we have 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and then a 3-hour pay-per-view, and it's all the same stage. Give me a little difference. Anyways, thanks for the question there, Victor.
I sort of miss like the older, even the cheesier, older looking ones.
Yeah.
Like the more low key ones where it's like, hey, they put this like little cardboard thing.
Yeah. Just something. Final question coming to us from Hugh saying, hey guys, big fan of the podcast. I have 2 questions for you. One, can the Bray Wyatt character ever turn face? I think it would be hard to engineer, but I'm interested to hear how you think that will work.
No. I mean, I don't think they would change the character if it was face, I would think.
I think it can be done. I don't know if they have the like finesse that it would take to do it.
Mm-hmm. I want to say I talked about it not too long ago, and I forget where it was where the Wyatt family interrupted a heel who was cutting a promo and got a very positive reaction from the crowd. I think that they could do it, and you wouldn't have to change his character very much. He's just sort of, I'm still the eater of worlds, but the crowd is just behind it. I mean, hell, they're behind him now. But yeah, I mean, it can be done. And like I said, they don't have to change too much about him, but it's possible. Will they do it?
Yes.
I think so. I think, you know what? I think sometime in 2016 we're going to see it. I think before the year's over, he'll be working as a face.
It may not be an artistic success, but it'll happen.
Like, he'll still be the same character. He's just going up against the bad guys now, saying you're a threat to my domain, and my mission is to take you out. Similar to how the Undertaker is, you know, not saying that they are the same, but similar style of saying I'm the big dog. You know, you want to challenge me, I'm going to take you out. You know, and the crowd gets behind it.
Take you out to lunch.
Instead of booing him. Yeah, take you out to lunch. Second question, my 14-year-old sister and mom are heading to Houston. My mom is taking me to see 21 Pilots in Houston on the 5th of July at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion.
Are you from like Ireland or something?
Somewhere around there. Somewhere very far away.
That's a crazy long trip. Huh?
Yeah, I wonder what the reasoning is.
It's not Ireland, I'm sorry. It's somewhere over there, right?
Somewhere far away. Somewhere not here. So it's very interesting that you're coming all the way to Houston to watch 21 Pilots, which they put on a really good show. I got to see them open for Fall Out Boy. My fiance and I went and saw them, and there were like 2 girls sitting in front of us, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, stand up and sing!" I'm like, I've never heard of these guys. I don't know who they are. But they're like, come on, I love this song. And I'm like, that's great. I don't know who it is. But I dug their sound. I bought their first album and the one before Blurry Face, and I dig it. It's really good. I would recommend it if you like that alternate music. But yeah, they're gonna put on a good show. You're gonna have a really good time. I haven't even looked into who's opening for them. But the question is, besides eating hella Chipotle and Taco Bell and potentially a basketball game, what is there to do to keep in mind? What is there to do or a baseball game? I'm sorry. What is there to do to do in Houston? Keep in mind, we'll be there for 4 days. Thanks, guys.
I wonder where specifically you're going to be at.
Whoa. We cannot graze over the Chipotle. Hugh, I don't know if you know this about Chipotle, but there's like a big crazy like scandal going on with Chipotle.
Yeah. Like they're having to shut down all of their stores for like a day or two for like safety management.
There was some like sort of, I mean, this has been a few months, but I think back in November, but there was some sort of like E. coli outbreak where a bunch of people got like is it E. coli? Something like that. Some sort of not good shit they got from Chipotle. And I think it's all, I'll tell you what, I rolled the dice. There's a Chipotle and I ate Chipotle last week and nothing happened. So
was it good? Because I still haven't eaten there yet.
You never had it, or
I've never had Chipotle.
You never had Chipotle.
Never had Chipotle. Back off.
Good. I mean, it's
haven't had Firehouse Subs yet.
It's pretty similar to Freebirds.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar.
Well, then I'll just go to Freebirds.
Chipotle's fucking good though, man.
Cool.
If you're gonna go for the steak. Go for
Steak.
The steak.
All right.
Their steak's good.
I'll have to keep that in mind. If you want to avoid the fast food route, there is a place in Houston that we like to frequent. If you're going to be downtown in Houston, can't remember the name right now. Guadalajara.
Yeah, it's
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara.
It's right by Reliant. Is it Reliant?
No, it's
Toyota.
Yeah, it's close to the Toyota Center. And if you're going to a baseball game, it's going to be near Minute Maid as well.
Baseball. Never heard of it.
But if you're
it's a fake sport.
If you're saying you're going to I don't know where you're staying. The Woodlands is probably like 30 minutes from downtown ish or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
While you're there, I don't know if you're into comics. They have like 4 to 6 comic book shops all in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool to check out. Also, I don't know if you like video games or not, but try Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, it's sort of like a grown-up Chuck E. Cheese.
I don't know if they had Chuck E. Cheese over there, but it's
basically a bar and grill
plus
an arcade,
which is for adults.
Yeah, and kids, I guess.
And kids. But it's really fun. It's called Dave and Buster's.
They have like the NASA shit if you're into that.
Yeah, that's just outside of Houston. Really cool to see.
NASA. Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like if you've never been, it's a great thing to go to at least once in your life.
There's a ton. If you Westheimer goes like basically through the whole city, and there's like a ton of like shit on Westheimer. If you just find Westheimer,
if you want to deal with the traffic.
Well, yeah, but there's a bunch of cool shit on Westheimer.
Yeah.
Just like shops and like spots and stuff.
There's a cool,
bunch of museums.
We don't actually live in Houston, so we don't really.
We live
know.
about an hour and a half away from it, driving.
But we've been there a lot. So.
Yeah, I've been there, but we don't know like the cool like
hip spots.
We know
the dive places.
We know our stuff. I mean, there's stuff that we know, but then we don't know the ins and outs, I guess.
Yeah. There's the Houston Zoo. There's plenty of museums and art museums as well.
When we go to Houston, it's for an event usually, not to like just fuck around.
Yeah.
I was like, heck, hey, if there's certain days, you just check out and see if Booker T's running or if there's wrestling. You may check out some wrestling going on that weekend. So
tell you what, send us a private message as to it's going to around the 5th of July, so somewhere around that time. Let us know. Send us a private message on our Facebook page. Let us know where you're going to be going and what you're doing there, and we can go based off of that and see what we can find for you.
Yeah.
So that'll be really cool, and I hope you have a really great time. The Astros games, while the Astros might not be the best team, you're still going to have a really fun time.
Never heard of them.
And
the
there,
fake stuff.
And there's plenty of other stuff to do as well. So, but that's going to do it for us this week. We certainly appreciate all the questions. Make sure to submit your questions on our YouTube channel, WNS Video, also our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. Check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, and subscribe to our show on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We are also on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source
Hey,
Podcast.
wouldn't it
to
be
find us.
easier? Wouldn't it be easier if you guys were, when we do our sign off, you're just like, you say where your own Twitter is, and then I'll just say the podcast one. 'Cause I don't have one. I don't give a fuck if you guys get followers or not. I don't give one fuck. I don't give one fuck. I'll sit here and not say anything else.
Hey, that's good because then I don't have to say it, and then we can just drop my Twitter.
Well, then I'll say it for you.
Fuck.
But then what would you have to say?
Well, I said I would just say the podcast Twitter in my spot, even though I don't, because I don't have one. I'll just.
We
say
could
it.
just promote the shit out of Daniel's Twitter and the podcast Twitter.
There you go.
He's already has like this really competitive contest with you, even though you clearly don't care. He's always like, "How many followers you got, A-Bear?" Because I'm.
I haven't checked.
Well, I'm trying to get him to the million, and he ain't doing shit
last
about
time-
it. and-
You're weirdly competitive about that, and and he clearly doesn't give any.
You know,
fucks
Jimmy
at all.
cracked corn, and I don't give a fuck.
Well, maybe you should. Maybe that's the problem.
No.
Let's
Last
see.
time I checked, well, it was like a month or maybe 2 months ago. I got like a notification. You got 50 followers. Oh, thanks.
He's at 52 right now.
You got 52.
He got 52.
This is an even number.
He ain't even doing anything.
Yeah, I don't do anything.
So, anyway, so that's going to do it.
Yep.
Twitters.
Yep.
The Twitters.
No Twitters.
I'm just not gonna say anything.
That's good.
All right.
about
Well,
that?
you can follow us on
I like
Twitter
that. You don't have to say
at
no Twitter.
WNS
No
Podcast.
Twitter.
You can follow me
Oh,
on Twitter
fuck.
at WNS_Daniel. You can follow Tyler
No.
at Tyler_A
You can follow
Bear.
me at these nuts.
So make sure you do that. And follow Noah at MF Butthole.
MF Butthole.
We need to get the
Did
password for
that
that.
recently? Because I haven't looked at that in like 2 years.
So that's going to
Like,
do it for
I
this.
signed up for that thing, and
this
I don't
week.
remember the password.
Oh,
or anything.
before we go off the there or whatever, on our I don't know where I found it. I was looking at old stuff and on Facebook. I don't know where it popped up, but
on this day or something.
no, it was something else. But whenever we had Doug was holding paper and we were standing next to him, it's like if we get
A million likes.
yeah, Vince says we can book Mania. And I was like, that popped up randomly. I was like, oh,
We got like
that's funny.
40 or something like that.
thought-
No, it was
sure- I thought-
100 and something.
Oh,
like,
nice.
I thought for sure we
Oh,
were
I'm one
that
up.
was going to catch on. I was like, some dumb, like, clearly it was a joke on our part, and it was sort of like making fun of all the people who do that. But I thought for sure it was going to catch on. But
There's some
Oh,
people
wow.
like, yeah, man. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week. For the podcast crew, I am Daniel Herron.
I am the A-Bear, Tyler A-Bear.
don't say it like that.
I just did
ever
it.
Again.
I
Don't
just
do
did it.
Don't do it again.
The A-Bear.
I'm Doug.
A-Bear.
And we will catch you all next week.
Doug A-Bear.